Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my new subscribers.
Yeah, JB in the building. Cowboy fan, but he keep it real, no filter. West Coast knock with that Lone Star pain. Talking truth, why they sugarcoat the game. JB on the mic, yeah, he spitting that truth, silver and blue, but he ain't wearing nose tinted view. Sunday pain got him leaning in the booth, breaking down plays while they feed us the spoof. Shotty on the sideline, looking lost in the sauce, too soft with the cause, yeah, he scared of the cost. Whining in the press, never taking a loss, but the locker room weak when the leader ain't boss. JB wanting tape, calling plays out loud, like what kind of system make a fan this proud? Turn critic real quick, now he drawing that crowd, cause he say what they think but won't say it out loud. JB say straight, no cap in his tone. Cowboys looking shaky, yeah, he letting it be known. From the playbook week to the contracts blown, he gon' speak that truth every time he on the phone. JB say straight, yeah, he keep it raw. If you rhyme for the star, better peep that flaw. Ain't no blind faith when you seen it all fall. He a Cowboy fan, but he question it all. Dak on the center, but the fire ain't lit. Big game moments and he never quite fit. Stats look clean, but the wins don't hit. Playoff time come, yeah, it all go split. JB say, man, I've been watching too long. Same script every year, same tire song. Big check sign, but the roster go wrong. While the real top dogs keep moving on strong. No big names coming, just hype and a dream. Draft night misses got him losing his steam. First round bust got him ready to scream. Like how we rebuild when we stuck in between. He ain't hating now, he just tired of the spin. Every offseason promised in the same old end. JB say loud, yeah, the future look bleak. Same QB story, same cycle every week. No elite moves, just a talking cheap. While the real contenders stacking up deep. JB say loud, he ain't buying the hype. Contracts bloated, yeah, the math ain't right. From the front office down to game night. He a Cowboy fan, but he ready to fight. JB sitting back like, man, what it gon' take? Years going by, still the same mistake. But around mediocrity, call it a stake. In the heart of the fans, every season they break. Shotty still soft, act still the same. Front office moving like it's all a game. No aggression in the moves, no hunger for fame. Just collecting them checks while they ruin the name. JB got the podcast buzzing every night. Fans tune in cause he keep it airtight. No sugarcoat takes, just facts in a fight for a team that ain't been built right. He still rock the star, but his trust real low. Till they change that core, he ain't switching his tone. From the mic to the screen, yeah, the whole world know JB the Cowboy fan, keep exposing the show. JP keep it real, yeah, he still gon' ride. But he calling out the flaws, they be trying to hide. No blind love, just the truth with pride. Through the lows and the doubt, yeah, he still gon' ride. JP keep it real, that's the code he live. If the team don't change, ain't no hope to give. But he stay on the mic, got the truth to give. He a Cowboy fan, that's the life he lives.
Yeah, truth over hype, every time. JB the Cowboy fan, speaking for the real ones. Yeah. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my new subscribers. Yeah.
Yo, what's good? Man, I just want to step on here, you know what I'm saying? Maybe an hour or two or something like that. Y'all know what's going on with this hype with this offense. They do it every offseason. We're the offensive Super Bowl champions, the offseason Super Bowl champions, bro. All this hype, they've been talking about, you know, how prolific this offense was. I was on, I caught about like the last 30, 45 minutes of fifth quarter live today. And, you know, part of the topic came up about the impact with Brandon Aubrey had on his offense and his team. And it just seemed like the pundits, these blogs, the 3 and 4 letter networks, they just look at the end of the game or the end of the season, whatever, and look at the stats and the numbers and just pump us up to be the number one offense. Well, they're forgetting about who really contributed in a major way to this offense when the offense can score touchdowns. There was a reason why Brandon Aubrey was like, I want 10 APY. Shit. It was a reason why. It was a little turbulence with Brandon Aubrey getting this deal done. And if you ask me, this offense is fool's gold, smoke and mirrors, because I guess I ain't know that special teams points was, also offensive points. Like, I didn't know they counted special team points into offensive points. But if that's the case, your kicker been MVP of the offense. If that's the case. So man, I'm looking at this shit, man. What the impact with Brandon Aubrey had on his offense and the points he scored. But yet they lifting up the number one clutch quarterback, the top 10 number 6 quarterback in the league, the runner up the MVP, second team All Pro. They giving him all the credit for the offense averaging what in 3 or 4 years or 4 or 5 years, 24 to 27, 28 points a game. It seems like to me they forgetting about what Brandon Aubrey has done for this team in scoring points. Devil Dog, what's happening, bro? Every year, same old shit, different narrative. Yeah, but I think they're leaving out. What up, Hawk? What's going on? They leaving out what Brandon Aubrey has done, especially these Dak fanboy Slurpees, these delusional Cowboy fans. They giving all the credit. Well, Dak did this, Dak did that. And it was games Dak didn't even score. It was games that Brandon Aubrey had more points than Dak Prescott. Man, we're going into this season, and that's another reason why I think we fucking up, because all the shit has been on the defense. Like, the offense didn't have no struggles this past season. We ain't did nothing to add anything to this offense to make it even better. It basically brought back the same people on offense, and the offense struggled a lot last year. If it wasn't for Brandon Aubrey saving our offense in key moments, man, we wouldn't have won 7 games. With the best wide receiver duo in the league, we wouldn't have won 7 games if it wasn't for Brandon Aubrey. I made a video about Brandon Aubrey at the time when he was trying to get his money. That's why when I heard him talk about it on Fifth Live a little bit, it kind of struck a nerve with me, because I'm like, man, all this shit we hearing in the offense about this offense, and all we need is a middle road defense, and we're gonna be in the Super Bowl. But yeah, they forget about Brandon Aubrey, but they add his points. His 155 total points was equivalent to 25 touchdowns. His 155 total points that he kicked, he was 47 for 48 on extra points, 36 for 42 on field goals. That was equivalent to 155 points. If you divide that by 6, you get 25. You're 24.4444, whatever. 25 touchdowns, bro. Brandon Aubrey, 155 total points was equivalent to 25 touchdowns, and Dak Prescott only had 30. Why is your kicker damn near scoring as many touchdowns as you do as the quarterback? Is that on the offensive scheme? Is that on the play calling of Schottenheimer? He's not aggressive with his play calling, that he has to settle for play calling that just get us there just to kick a fucking field goal? The sport Faith Fight finished the interception. Devil dog. That's how prolific our offense is when the kicker makes most of our points. One man shaking my head. Right. Why is Brandon Aubrey damn near scoring as many touchdowns as our quarterback, who's paid $60 million per? Now, I'm of the thing like we shouldn't be paying the kicker that much money, but goddamn, the kicker we had, he's put us in the number one ranking offense. Damn near, he should be paid $10 million per. He scored more points in some games than Dak Prescott has done. Are you fucking kidding me? I wasn't mad at Brandon Aubrey when he was talking about giving me $10 million per. I was like paying because he fucking deserves it. Corsair, what's happening, bro? Hey JB, this upcoming season is going to be like watching the old World War II movie of the putting death march. Japanese prisoners walking away from one prison to another, bro. This shit gonna be crazy. Cause to me, they getting all this hype right now. When there's people like me, you, us, every, you know what I'm saying? That really watch the games. When we watch the games and we see what this kicker has done, you can look at his stats. They tell you what he has done for this team. Offensively, since they're taking special team points. So, it's special team points. Clear this shit up for me, y'all. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I got to ask this question. When special teams, I guess it is. Well, that's in fantasy football because they count special team and defense as the same. So I guess they do. So if that's the case, they count special team on offense with Aubrey kicking extra points and field goals. That's offensive touchdowns. Or if the special teams get a fumble on kickoff or punt return, or get a punt return, that's a defensive score. Well, goddamn, they leaving out Brandon Aubrey on this number one offense then. It's special teams on defense. When if they get a return on a punt return or a kickoff return or get a fumble recovery on special teams on a punt return or a kickoff return, does those points go to the defense? Or if the offense, we get the kickoff. Turpin with his they were talking about Turpin too, with his bum ass. If he happened to just run one in for a touchdown on a punt return, that's offensive touchdowns? The sport, you saw the true Dallas offense when Aubrey started missing kicks at the end of the year. Yep. They couldn't move the ball. We couldn't score no points. Facts. That's facts. Then they started getting mad at Aubrey. When this dude, let me see if I'm gonna pull this shit up, bro. Let me pull this shit up and see if y'all can see this. Let me put this on full screen. This some bullshit. Tired of them hyping up this offense like they were so prolific and they wasn't shit. They depended on the kicker more than anything. This man kicked 50. Y'all see 50 plus yard field goals, right? Why is your kicker kicking 17 50 plus yard field goals? His longest was 64. We got a kicker kicking 64, 52, 63, 61, 53. God damn. Those are individual games. He kicked a 53-yarder versus Chicago, a 53-yarder against Philly, a 64-yarder against the Giants. That was his longest of the year. 61 versus Washington. 63 versus goddamn Detroit. He was 3 for 3 versus Detroit, scored goddamn 16 points. In no fucking way should our kicker be kicking 17 field goals, 50 yards plus. There's no way. Devil dog, the downward spiral. That's what this year's motto is, man. Oh, Turpin, no vision, having ass. Right. This dude be running into people. He had the whole right side open where he can run past somebody. He run right into the damn kicker. That was versus the 49ers game, man. I was like, he do that shit all the time, bro. Unless that shit just wide open where he just straight use his speed, he has no vision at all. Then he want to get Crunk pump the ball like he, oh, I almost made it. Dude, sit your ass down. Yeah, I'm tired of Turpin ass too, bro. Though, but our offense is elite, my ass. Yeah, man, our offense ain't elite. You better put Brandon Aubrey in there with them 25 touchdowns. He scored. The man scored 155 points, was equivalent to goddamn 25 touchdowns, man. Come on. That's why our red zone shit come in and where we can't score in the red zone. That and a lot of that came when Aubrey started missing field goals. They overextended this guy. They don't talk about this red zone goddamn deficiency we have with Dak Prescott in this offense. Well, he was clutch. You need your quarterback. I mean, you need your kicker to kick 17 50-plus yard field goals for you to get them goddamn points. The sport and Schottenheimer isn't the offensive guru to fix their red zone woes. They're just going to run it back. Yeah, man. Yeah. Turpin the same bum as Lucky Whitehead. What to do, Uncensored? What's happening, bro? Shit. Tim Thomas, what to do, bro? What's happening with you, man? The irony is that even with the slump, we don't win without Aubrey scoring from half AT&T Stadium. A new quarterback would be easier to get than a kicker who could kick like Aubrey could. You're right. Good point, man. Good motherfucking point. Of course, sir, them boys be lucky to win more than 5 games this season. Right. And how Aubrey went, I don't think, and it's not, I don't think Aubrey good for us. And it showed toward the end of the season, unless he got some significant rest during this offseason, man. And I think it's gonna be more about his confidence. They got this man kicking too many fucking field goals. But they talking about how prolific this offense is. This offense really wouldn't be shit without Brandon Aubrey. It won't be shit, in my opinion. Mo Logan, what's happening? What's good, JP? What it do, bro? Sport. Dak too scared to run in the red zone. Defenses just play soft zone and make Dak beat them. That's why Dallas finished 20th in the red zone efficiency. Why they don't talk about that, the sport? Why I don't hear shit about our red zone efficiency? Our red zone, and so it's been an issue with us. I would honestly say the past 4-5 years, because I think Dak Prescott, man, in the red zone, man, these people don't get it, man. Dak Prescott just ain't got it, man. This dude just ain't it. He's just not it, bro. He's a cancer to this team. He's killing our team, man. We were 20th in the red zone efficiency. 20th. That tell you right there, how can we be the number one offense? We not scoring points. You know why we probably number one offense? Because of Brandon Aubrey 25 touchdowns. His 155 points. That's why. But see, this is a big mistake I see what we're doing with this offense, because all we heard, it was about the defense. It was the defense fault. So they make it seem like the offense wasn't the problem, so they don't have to fix it. See, and plus this praise that Prescott's been getting lately during the offseason, about him being the number one clutch quarterback, top five, number six. I mean, top 10, number six in quarterbacks in the league. They're like, well, it ain't the offense fault, so we don't have to fix the offense. Yes, yes, we do have to fix this offense too, but we hadn't, and I think it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse. Hell, if you ask me, I think the defense might be better than the offense this year. It's or equivalent to it, middle of the road. We don't come out with a new game plan, especially with running the ball. Man, defensive coordinators, teams, they already know where we coming from, bro. It's gonna be easy to attack us. It's gonna be easy, bro. The sports switch Dak and Aubrey's base salaries. Shit, it's like he carrying his offense just as much as Dak Prescott. Well, I don't even think if if Brandon Aubrey got this much impact in the offense, Dak ain't carrying his offense. Nah, he's not carrying it. Most say Logan, we have not been to the playoffs since Dak got that contract. Nope, we sure haven't. Since he's been paid, since he's been the highest paid player / quarterback in the league, we haven't won. We haven't been to the playoffs. In fact, he only won goddamn 10 games in the last 10 years. I mean, I'm my bad, in the last 2 years. 10 games. Tim Thomas said exactly the sport. I try to tell people you need your quarterback to be great on third down and in the red zone. And even with that, we had last year, Dak struggled when he shouldn't. He struggled on third down and in the red zone. Brian Schottenheimer is going to have to change his philosophy on offense as far as settling for field goals. He has to be more aggressive in calling particular plays that's going to score touchdowns. This knowing we got Brandon Aubrey and we can get to the 40-yard line or the 30-yard line and let him kick it. Hell, we get to the 50-yard line. We can't get past the 50-yard line sometimes. This dude got to kick a goddamn field goal, 60+ yards. And that's a number one offense with the most clutch quarterback, with a top 10 quarterback. That's what our offense gave us. These people are tripping, man. This shit all about likes, clicks, and views, bro. With them, even with those 3 and 4 letter networks and these blogs mentioning the Dallas Cowboys and talking about Dak. That's just ratings. That's just getting views to their channel and clicks and shit. Cause goddamn, soon as we don't do nothing, them same motherfucking people turn on the Cowboys and call us delusional Cowboy fans. But it's been y'all that be hyping this shit up, and we be telling y'all no, it's not like that. We only see this team winning about 5-6 games. I got them at 7. Cause we watch these games. We see what this quarterback has not done. We see what this coach has not done. And this dude still calling plays. We need an offensive coordinator that's going to call plays and just let Schottenheimer, okay, I think that's a good play. Or what have you. No, I don't like that shit. Let's run something else. But with him calling fucking goddamn in the round with CD, he gets hurt. He's out 3 games or some shit like that. Then when he come back in healthy, he run the same play with him. How the fuck would you do that with CD Lamb? It's examples like that made me look at this guy like, dude, what the fuck is you thinking about? Even in the Carolina game, we in the red zone. 10 minutes left in the game. We had 2 possessions, 1 in the red zone. He playing for the defense. Knowing the defense, how they talk about it, say wasn't stopping nobody. They made some key stops in the game, but come on, bro, you got to be more aggressive. Cool G, what's happening? Dak is what he is at this point in his career. I don't see him getting any better as a QB. Shit, they say this man the most clutch quarterback in the league. Cool G, number 6 in the league. He's the sixth best quarterback in the league. If this him being the most clutch quarterback and number 6 quarterback in the league, is this what this giving us? That shit, that math ain't mathing to me, bro. It's not mathing. If he's this good of a quarterback and this all we get is a 2-5 record in the playoffs, can't beat good teams in the regular season. Come on, man. Ain't no way. He's supposed to be producing more than that. How the fuck your kicker score only 5 less touchdowns than you do? You're the quarterback. How they praise and raise and lift this dude up? He should be scoring 45 plus touchdowns a season, goddamn it, with the weapons he's had. I ain't never hit a 40 touchdown year. Oh, he's number 2. He's top 5 in tight window throws. Yeah, he late on the goddamn throws. It ain't like he putting it on them when they getting crazy yak after the shit. The best receiver he had that made him probably get that title was goddamn Amari Cooper. Because he be wide open. And there still was frustrations with him properly getting the ball from Dak Prescott. They look at all these stats, man, but they don't never look at the context and the detail of these stats. That is, man. The sport Dallas was actually first in red zone efficiency in 2022, 6th in 2021, 12th in 2023. They had a more mobile Dak and Tony Pollard. Not sure why it's gotten so bad. Yeah, okay. But even you bring that up to the sport, those 3 years, we ain't go nowhere in the playoffs. They talking about Dak didn't have no team. He didn't have no weapons. In those 3 years, the defense was at least top 10. In one of them they was top 5. 2 of them they was top 10, high 6 and 7. So you had the defense, you had the offense. What the fuck? This shit ain't nothing new. He's had that. Now they trying to act like he never had it. First in red zone efficiency in 2022, 6th in 2021, 12th in 2023. Led the league in turnovers on defense 2 of those 3 years. What are you talking about? What type of team? He ain't had no team? Bro, this shit is a joke. Devil dog, we'd rather run the ball all the way to the red zone and then start checking out a 3-yard run plays and throw picks. Facts. Oh, hyping these motherfuckers up to shit on at the end of the year. Yep, that's what they do. Hype them up, and then when they fail, there they go. It's like a win-win they get. At the beginning of the season, hype them up, they get all the clicks, the views, the like. And by the time the playoffs come, we don't make it, or we already out of the playoffs with 3 games left in the season. They start dogging them and get more hypes and get more hype, get the clicks and views. We've been played, bro. Delusional Dak fanboys. You Slurpees, you being played. And they regurgitate that bomber that them 3 and 4 letter networks spit out. And start a slurp fest about him being number 6 in the top 10 and the most clutch quarterback. Man. Mills, what's up, man? I thought it was going to be ground and pound, but too many times we at or around the goal line, we in shotgun throwing like, yeah, come on, son. Right. I thought this shit was gonna be ground and pound too, man. I thought this was gonna be shoddy ball. What do they call it? That running the ball, some name they gave him, shoddy ball, whatever the fuck that shit was. But I made a video about shoddy too though. When you talking about when the season starting last, season before last, when it was starting, when he first became the head coach, he ain't gonna know how to handle having Lamb and Pickens. He want to just throw the ball everywhere. Yeah, and it showed too. Lil D Texas, what's happening, man? They having a Dak revival in the offseason. Yes, they are, man. Devil dog, he's slow reaction time of a damn slot. Yeah, that's why they barely be getting in there. Tight window, they barely be getting in there. It ain't because he's so prolific. Because if he was really leading in tight window throws, man, we have more yak, more touchdowns. Why he only had 30 touchdowns last season, bro? What the fuck? Mo said Logan. The main stat they needed to look at his 2-5 record. Thank you. Thank you. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, 5-2 in the playoffs. Boy. The sport, very true. Stats don't mean shit once you get in the playoffs. Because it's about wins. Shit about wins, goddamn. Mills, I feel some type of way about the Aikman slander. It's like people have a short memory. Yeah. That's crazy, though. That people will slander an Aikman just to pump up Dak, who ain't did shit. Doesn't command the team, especially even on the defensive side of the ball. Dak don't go at nobody on the defensive side of the ball. The coaches, nobody. But we seen Troy Aikman do that. No. That's a leader. Commands excellence. Come on, bro. Are you kidding me? If Dak played the way he played in Troy Aikman era with them players Troy Aikman had on his team, man, they'd kick his ass. They'll be trying get him up out of here. Nah, we can't be starting playoff games like this every time we get to the playoffs. Get him up out of here. Are you kidding me? Hell, this coaches of today would have got his ass up out of here. This team's today. The Broncos, the Eagles, goddamn Seattle. Like, I mean, shit. Official famous music. What it do, bro? Y'all just described the play behind the Cowboys well. Win, get glazed. Lose, get laughed at. And hate for Jerry. Keep Jones paid on polarized marketing. But that's mostly what it's all about. That's all we get the hype for. Because we're the Dallas Cowboys, man. Made a name for ourselves back in the 90s, and that's it. It's more about them making fun of the Cowboys, bro. It ain't about giving credit. It ain't about showing love. Because watch how this season end and see those same pundits, those 3 and 4 letter networks, these blogs and articles coming out about the Cowboys being Super Bowl contenders, a top 10 defense, Dak being MVP. I'm like, God damn, really? After what y'all saw last year and the year before? This is what y'all saying the Cowboys gonna be this year because they did some shit in free agency. And in the draft, they ain't getting no DTs in the draft. They trying to run a 3-4, supposedly running a 3-4. And you ain't getting no Vita Veda type, no Vince Wilfork type. Oh, Tony Saragusa type. That's what you gotta to have your linebackers be able to come up and do what they need to do. We ain't do that shit. I ain't saying those guys you're gonna find, but damn, you gotta try to get that type of player to run the 3-4. Cause that's where the shit go down at right there in the trenches. You got a guard and a tackle taking on one. That that 0-1 tech got to be able to handle a double team. That will allow the linebackers to flow and do what they do. But you gotta have big, strong, fast, smart linebackers also. D. Winters, Overshawn, he shouldn't be down in the middle nowhere. He should be outside. Louis Fowl, is he on the team still? Or they just demoted him? But shit, come on, man. So they lifting the defense to be top 10 Super Bowl caliber, the offense to be number 1 Super Bowl caliber. Brian Schottenheimer, oh, he's a blessing in disguise. He's changing the culture. What? They already giving us the NFC East. Hell, they giving us the a Super Bowl. Devil Dog said shitty ball. But just look where the money is on the team. Front office wants to be a pass happy team with a QB that can't elevate the team around. Right. They moving backwards. Moving backwards. Evil Biscuit. What's happening, man? To all that delusional fanboy, Dak sucks. The sport. Dak leads the league in tight window throws because he waits until the window almost right. Exactly. The window almost closed. So yeah, it's gonna be a tight window throw. He wait too fucking late, and then they get tackled after getting maybe 1 or 2 yards. If he was really accurate with tight window throws, we would have more yak, more touchdowns, bro. From our wide receivers, even our tight end. We would have more yak and TDs. Devil dog, all Dak throws are hospital balls and ducks. Hard Dak throws with no anticipation at all. That's why he have tight window throw. Yeah. But they look at it like he's the best. They look at it like he's the best in tight window throw. Because he's so accurate and pinpoint with his delivery of the ball, with the timing. He ain't got no anticipation, just like you saying, huh? He has no anticipation on his throws, man. That's why he always wait. That's why he got a lot of tip balls, under throws. He throw behind the receivers a lot. The sport people call them elite tight window throws. I called them should have thrown it 2 seconds ago. Right. Right. Most say Logan. They're gonna have the defense on the field a lot this year. Yep, just like they did in previous years. And it got down. The Marcus Lawrence was right. He was telling the truth. They was tired in that Green Bay playoff game. I went in on him, but I think I gotta goddamn retract some of that shit, man, because he was just telling the truth. Maybe I was thinking he should have said something else, but damn, he just told the motherfucking truth. They was tired. Too many 3 and outs, punts, interceptions, turnovers. Like damn. Then they was missing 3 key starters on defense in that game. Like, goddamn, Dak, you the one supposed to be playing your game to help the defense. Nope. Dak don't know how to play complementary football. Not at all. Because the choices he's made, he put the defense in bad situations. There's no way. Evil Biscuit. If I own the Cowboys, that choking ass would have been left in San Francisco in 2022 when he lost to the down game, throwing 2 fucking picks in that playoff game, man. 2020, 2021. Around there, yeah. We should have moved on from Dak. We should have moved on from him. Evil Biscuit Shotty not changing shit. No, he's not. Mills. Teams get up for us. Our sense of urgency ain't it, especially at home. That's unacceptable. I'm sick of it. It's no excuse to get punked by the Cardinals and the Vikings. Man. Yo. I've been saying that shit too, bro. Whether a team is 3-4 or 11-1, it don't matter. They get up for the Cowboys. And it just seemed like shit, our organization or the players on the team, they just don't understand that. Cause sometimes they don't be ready to play. They got to understand, bro. They want to live off the hype of the Dallas Cowboys of the 80s and the 90s, or the 70s, 80s, 90s, what have you. But they don't want to do nothing with in this era for themselves to define this era. And doing that, you got to understand whether we 1-10 or 10-1, we're going to get the best of the opposition. We're going to get their best. It don't matter. And you right, bro. I don't think they understand that shit. I really don't. Evil Biscuit, yes, sir. Devil Dog, a second-year coach with a losing record. Now we have a D coordinator who's never called a play in his life with Dak at QB. Can't wait. Oh, bro. Corey said, JB, what's all that noise I hear about Dallas letting DT Quincy Williams go for this year first round pick to the Jets? Insanity. They're gonna let him go? He might better step up this year then. Shit. Evil Biscuit, wake me up when that ass is gone. I'm so tired of this three-ring circus. Yeah, it is a circus, bro. Sport. Philly would have traded Dak in 2019 at the top of the value for 3 first rounders. Ooh. I wonder what we could have damn worked out some shit like that. Rose Logan. If they put Overshown as middle LB, we are doomed. We need Brooks. They better not put her in middle linebacker. They better not, bro. With that knee injury guy, how he gonna take on tackles? Ain't no way he should be in the mix up in there. He need to be on the outside and use his speed to go, sideline to sideline. That's what I think. The Cuz Worley, what's happening? The Cuz year 2 offense with Pickens in motion. Cowboys Nation NFL nightmare. You think so? They won a nightmare last season. Defenses quickly picked up where they were throwing them slants to Pickens. And again, when Troy Aikman called them out, talking about they wasn't, running their routes correctly. But year 2 offense with Pickens in motion. Cowboys Nation NFL nightmare. I don't know about that one. Lil D. They don't realize offense can play defense by keeping time of possession, not 3 and outs or 50-yard field goals. Facts. Oh, so he said the green dot Overshown? Nah. This man had what, 2, 3 knee surgeries? Nah. He got one of his knee surgeries came from one of our offensive tackles, I think. I mean, not our offensive tackle, but a defensive one of our defensive players rolled up on Overshown or some shit. Evil Biscuit asked Cowboy fans, all we can hope for is the Cowboys lose every game and Jerry gets pissed off enough to get rid of Dak and move on. Man. If we don't win double-digit games and make the playoffs, I don't want to see no more of Dak. I don't care what we got to do, bro. I don't want to see no more. When you got a kicker that kicked 155 total points in field goals, and it was equivalent to 25 touchdowns, and your quarterback only throw 30, that tell you right there, this offense ain't what they hyping it up to be. This man put up equivalent of 25 touchdowns, and they add that to us being number one, having scoring like what I think it was like at 28 points a game or some shit. I think it was between like 26 to 28 points a game, some shit. And half of it came from the kicker. Devil dog, we can't afford a blow drop from a meth monster behind Texas. Oh, shit. He's stupid, bro. Most say Logan, I swear he said that. Look it up there. He said that shit. Man, boy, man, we're a laughing stock of the NFL, bro. For real, man. Bro. Devil dog, his damn legs gonna fall off, man. This sport, my heart physically could not handle another Dak extension, man. Jerry broke my heart when he did it in 2024. I'm telling y'all, he broke my heart, bro. Hey, the sport, he already broke my heart when he did that shit in 2024. Plus, he waited to the first game of the season. I just knew he was gonna make him play that shit out. But people saying Dak still might get another extension. He still might get another extension no matter what he does this year. No matter what he do. He still might get an extension. Mills. A lot of 50, 60 plus yard field goals. That's why he started to miss later in the season. Too much pressure on him. Yeah, man. It was wearing him out. It was wearing him out, bro. And then they want to get mad at him when he couldn't kick a fucking, I think it was a 53 yarder or a 50 some yarder. He missed a couple of them. They want to get mad at him. Well, we could have won a game if it wasn't him. Well, yeah, we won a lot of games because of him. A lot of the 7 we won was because of him. They want to get mad at him because towards the end of the season, he started missing field goal. Goddamn, he had to kick 50. No, he got my bad. He had to kick 17 50-plus yard field goals throughout the season. And a lot of those did come down towards the end of the season where he had to kick those goddamn long-ass field goals. Even in the beginning, in the middle of the season, he kicking 63, 64, 61. Why is our kicker? See, when I play fantasy football, I do play fantasy football, but I don't look at real football with stats. I know the difference. Well, I was kicking ass with Brandon Aubrey. I've been picking up Brandon Aubrey since he came to the Cowboys in my fantasy league. Because he kicked 60-yard field goal, that's 6 points. Yeah, that's good for fantasy, but goddamn, he was good in real life. He was good in real life. Now, just imagine if he got the fantasy points, though, for them 60-yard field goals. But shit, he put up equivalent of 25 touchdowns. He put up more touchdown points equivalent to touchdowns than some quarterbacks threw touchdowns. And he damn near got with Dak Prescott. He shouldn't even be that close to Dak Prescott kicking fucking field goals. Or Dak Prescott should have threw more touchdowns. Well, then that would have took away them field goals. And he's not doing it. How are you the highest paid quarterback in the league? The top number 1 clutch quarterback in the league. Run up the MVP. Second team All-Pro. Top 10 QB in the league at number 6. and your kicker scored down there half the touchdown. I mean, half the points on your team to be the number one offense. Man, it miss me with this shit about Dak Prescott, bro. DK, I watched Cowboys Cave this morning, and even them give Dak excuses. What are these YouTubers watching? Man, and they pattern after those them blogs, them articles that's coming out on these particular 3 and 4 letter networks. These writers, they hyping Dak Prescott and this team up. They hyping the defense with Christian Parker, who ain't showed nothing. And I'm not being mean to the guy, but the facts are the facts. He hasn't called a play as a defensive coordinator. How he's already a coach in waiting, and he haven't even proved to be an established defensive coordinator. But you got Dak fanboy Slurpees calling this dude a coach in waiting, a head coach in waiting. And he ain't show shit as a D coordinator. But he's a head coach in waiting. To me, that's them trying to hype up this hire of Christian Parker, being he coming from Vic Fangio and Vance Joseph, which Vic Fangio was with Denver with Vance Joseph, and then Christian Parker went to Philly with Vic Fangio, but he's not Vic Fangio or Vance Joseph. He's none of those two guys. He Christian Parker, which wasn't he never was an assistant DC. He didn't even get to that level of coaching on defense. And I can see why they're looking at the secondary so much, because that's all he did. But being under Vic Fangio and Vance Johnson, he didn't know that deep tackle was a priority in the 3-4 defense. Because worldly, any new content or you just bashing using Cowboys get views. Yeah, I mean, man, if I start talking about how good Dak Prescott, y'all know how my numbers will go up. All I gotta do is start glazing him, join the Slurp Fest. But that ain't me. That ain't me. I ain't gotta join the Slurp Fest. Nah. Devil Dog, all he develops are turnovers. The sport, these Cowboy content creators just want to work for the Cowboys, so they'll suck up to the team they see what botched it. Man, bro. Yeah, that's an example right there. Yeah, they want to be on the Dallas Cowboy payroll. But not me. And I ain't hating on them because that's what they want to do. That's why I'm JB the Cowboy fan. I'm a fan of this team, and I'm gonna speak from my perspective as a fan. I have 40 plus years invested in this team as a fan. That's how I'm gonna speak. I don't care if they like it or not. I'm not giving no excuses to this bullshit that I see what's going on. The last 20 years and the 10, I had the 30 with Dak. And I don't give blame for the blame for Dak for the 20 plus years. But for the last 10, yeah. I'm gonna stomp on his neck about that shit. DK, I'll be honest, I never heard of CP till we started interviewing him. Shouty didn't even know him. Nah, they gonna lie about that shit and say he was a part one they were looking at. Nah. Nope. Oh. Them DC Universe dudes slurp on that dude so hard they pull skin off that ninja. Oh shit. Man. Boy, the slurp fest they got going on with him, man. You ain't lying. Oh, yeah. Don't say nothing that they don't like about Dak. Oh, Boy, they will insult your mama. They will insult you. Throwing all type of ad hominems. Man, DK, but I hope he does great. Yeah. I hope he do too, man. Especially into this sense, DK. I hope Christian Parker do good in this sense to where it won't be no excuse for this so-called number one offense when that motherfucker fail, led by the most clutch top 10 number 6 quarterback, second team all pro, run up the MVP. When this motherfucker show his true colors, which they've been hiding behind with the defense, it ain't gonna be no excuse. Ain't gonna be no motherfucking excuse. That's what I want to see. And overall, for the team of the Cowboys, period, I want Crystal Parker to be good. I want this defense to be top 10. But I'm gonna be realistic and say him being his first time doing this, all these new coaches, his assistants are new. We got new players. Gotta be realistic. It might take a couple years for that shit to gel to be that point. But they're acting like it's gonna be done this year. And they're talking like CP is a head coach in waiting this year. Like next year, he'll be a head coach. Like, come on, man. You ain't seen the dude do shit as a DC. How all of a sudden he's a head coach in waiting? To me, that's bullshit. To me, that's trying to sell or get likes and clicks about the Cowboys. Of course, we want to hear good shit about the Cowboys, but we got to see them do good shit first. We ain't did good shit in 30 years. And each year, every offseason, these same motherfuckers come out and say this bullshit in the offseason about our team. And then at the end of the season, well, let's do it. We'll get back to it next year. Like, let's be real about the team, because if they hear us be real about the team, they might change some things. They getting all this bloviated hype that, especially that, they feel like, well, we ain't got really do nothing. Hell, they think we're good. We just didn't get it done a little bit here, and we might have missed this particular player who could have helped us didn't do this. And no, motherfucker. Even with some of the players y'all think we got to think that's gonna do something, no. No. Stop selling tickets to this hype train. They should bring Clowney back and match him with Gary. Clowney did good last season when we picked him. He did pretty decent, man. I wouldn't mind seeing him play for us again. But my thing is D tackle, and I've been hollering that for the last 2-3 years. D tackle. Whether we was in the 4-3 or definitely now that he say we running the 3-4. D tackle, bro. I was saying we should have won a D tackle. We should have got 2 of them with our first 2 picks in this draft. Mills, Aubrey won 2 games and got a tie for us in 2025. Can't make this stuff up. Plus, Aubrey kept us in plenty of games we lost. Yeah, we are embarrassment. The big mighty Showtime Cowgirls terrible. Yeah. Aubrey did a lot, bro, to get us some W's this season, man. And we only got 7. Mostly Logan, 3-4 need LB, and we don't have that. Yeah. Yeah. Evil Biscuit, JB, get ready for the delusional fanboys to blame the defense. Yeah, I see it coming, but I don't want that though, Evil Biscuit. I do want our defense to be good, man. I want them to be good, because I know when we had a good defense, Dak Prescott still didn't do nothing with it. This is going to show. This is really going to show how this so-called number one prolific offense led by Dak Prescott really is. And it's going to be probably another season of Brandon Aubrey kicking a lot of field goals, and he might be missing some of them motherfuckers. Yep. The support. You're a real one, JB. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, boy. Yes, I'm gonna keep it real as possible, man. Shit. Of course, sir. Look the way Coach Garrett got his job at HC. He undermined Coach Phillips and Jerry promoted him to AC. Maybe they in the same for CP. Hey, bro, it ain't no telling, man. It ain't no telling, Corsair. Said, well, say Logan. Where you from, JB? I was born in Indiana, man, and at 6 years old, that's when became a Cowboy fan. I moved to Georgia, where I am now. Moved to Georgia when I was 13, but I still, still ain't stopped being a Cowboy fan. But yeah, that's when I became a Cowboy fan. Indiana at that time, I was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and at that time we ain't had no football team. Only teams I would see was like the Cowboys, Steelers, the Raiders. In that region, I think Washington sometimes, and the Bears because I was in that region at that time. But mom's blessed me with a Dallas Cowboys jacket at 6 years old when I was outside playing football. So that's how I became a Cowboy fan. So yeah. Sport. The only AC interview question they asked Shotty was, "Is Dak elite?" He said, and yes, and Jerry said, "The job is yours." Hey, this dude ain't elite, man. He ain't elite at all. Never know. Free foreskin removal. Hey, you wrong for that one. Oh, shit. DK, is it true CP will be coaching upstairs? I'd rather him being on the field. I don't know. I ain't heard that. I would be thinking he would be on the field since his young energy. You know what I'm saying? He'd be vibrant. You know what I'm saying? I would think he would be on the field. I haven't heard anything about that, DK. I don't know. That kills Zeke. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Devil Dog, they are all addicted to the hopium. George, what's happening, George? Appreciate you, man. The Cowboys got a 5 million left to spend. That's why Clown ain't out there. Mm, mm. And I would think he would have been back, bro. Mm-hmm. Dak need to give up some of that shit off his contract. We could get more, a lot better players, not just players teams getting rid of. Talking about we stole them from the Cardinals, we stole them from the Rams. They just let their ass go, man. We still shit. He led our defense in sacks last year. Right, that's what. Yeah, I was saying. Yeah, yeah. Led our team in sacks last year, and they ain't even trying to bring him back. That delusional Aubrey was MVP. Yes, he was. I call him the MVP. Oh, we need a collaboration with JB 1980 and M Breezy. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, man. Yeah, 1980 M Breezy, my guy. You know, me and M Breezy used to go at it though, cause he always knew that one shit. I started losing it in like 2021. That's when I started saying like, but before that, me and Breezy has some back and forth, but shit, I guess I seen the light. But yeah, Hawk, that's what's up. I like that. I like that too. Official famous music. Aubrey broke my 5-12 prediction. Yeah, Aubrey broke it. Not Dak Prescott, but Aubrey. Wow. I'm gonna say Logan. I'm from BEA, but I live in Kentucky now. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I've been through Virginia. I got some mountains and shit up in that motherfucker. I didn't know they had that many mountains up in West Virginia like that. I guess that's why they call them mountaineers, huh? Been through there, went through there from Indiana to go to South Carolina and shit. Me and wife we took a little road trip Saying them goddamn mountains up in that bitch. I was like, God damn. James Trigger. What hype train this first year? The hype ain't been as loud as usual. And are you kidding me? Shit, these are the same as previous years and even more this year. The hype they throwing on the defense. That we're gonna. This is a Super Bowl caliber defense. Yeah, that's hype right there. All this shit that they throwing this hype at Dak, bro. Come on, man. Come on now. Upstairs, he can see the whole field, though. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what he gonna do. Upstairs, on the field, run a 3-4, run a 4-3, 4-2-5, multiple on the defense. I don't know what Christian Parker gonna do. Dak delusional. I've been saying since 2016, Dak is not it. Like CD Mom. Yep. I mean, me and Dak delusional used to go at it too. Yep. Tim Thomas, CD's mom ain't lying. Dak delusional. Nah, she ain't lie. She ain't lie not one bit. It was 2019 for me after that Eagles game, but I waxed in denial and delusional. But after that Cardinals game, I lost it with number 4. Bro. It was that 2021 game versus the Kansas City Chiefs. When I started to be looking at Dak sideways, like, bro. And ever since then, bro. Devil Dog. What's sad is these dummies had to excuse every year for how we lost, and we all know it's our worthless quarterback. Yeah, but they won't criticize and critique Dak. See, like if some of us out here, some people come in my chat and say, "Man, I was on such and such channel, and I said this about Dak, and they booted me." It's like, if you real Cowboy fans, wouldn't you want to just talk to somebody else that have a different opinion than you about the quarterback? Maybe what they're saying is a part of what's the problem of the team, but they don't want to acknowledge that Dak is a problem to this team. That's the problem. They do not want to acknowledge that shit. And that's sad because you could critique every other player on the team and say they a problem and why we lost. Just like they head over the heels about it was the defense fault. But it's like, goddamn, I thought it was a team effort. So if we lose, don't everybody on the team get their criticism? Not Dak Prescott. Nope, not Dak Prescott. Jose Logan. Nah, I'm not from West Virginia. I'm from Southwest region, Roanoke, Virginia. Okay, well, I don't know too much about Virginia, man. I just know that's the part I rode through and seeing all them goddamn mountains and shit. Evil Biscuit, Devil Dog, you're 100% correct. James, he's overpriced trash. Yeah. Hell yeah. Those kickers scored 155 total points, which was equivalent to 25 touchdowns. You only outscored your kicker by 5 touchdowns, and you are the $60 million quarterback. But yet, they don't say nothing about Aubrey contributing to this offense. They just take his points and say Dak leads the number 1 offense. Mad at Brandon Aubrey because he had to kick 17 field goals over 50 yards. He had to kick 17 of them. And he went 11 for 17. So he missed 6 of them. And they're mad at him. And mad because he wanted a contract of $10 million. But he only scored 5 less equivalent TDs than your quarterback. Official Famous Music said, you can jump off if you want to. Please, please. That goofy ass. Ain't that what he said? You can jump off if you want to, man. Been off, nigga. Shit. A lot of us ain't slurping on you. We ain't having slurp fest over here. Nah, bro. You can go. You can get the fuck on. Mills, I used to be annoyed with Shady McCoy, but now I be loving when they call yeah, bro. It's the, yeah. Hey, Mills, I'm the same way. Yup. Because at some point, man, you gotta really look at it. When you look at what Shady McCoy used to say, though, he was like, man, remember how one video I seen, he was talking about how we had weapons for Dak Prescott and he didn't do nothing with them. And when Shady called that shit out, they want to get mad at him, talking about he hating. Shady stood up for Jerry Jones. They get mad at him for that. He said, Jerry, put team around Dak Prescott. He had 9 All-Pros on one of them teams. Like, he gave them weapons. He gave them the receivers. They had the defense. When they talking about the defense, nah, they don't want to hear that shit, though. They don't want to hear that shit. We got Mad Mountains, too. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll say, okay. I know it's a mountains in Virginia, but that's why they call them Mountaineers. I never seen it for myself until we went through there. I was like, God damn. We on the down highway and you can look down on that shit like, man, I'm driving looking down at that shit like, I ain't never seen no shit like this. Boy, you make one wrong mistake, you done. You done, goddamn. George, explain to me how Big Q made the Pro Bowl with 2 sacks. Big Q? I don't know what you're talking about. I might be slow on this one, George. Dak delusional. Dak still trying to figure out Vikings cover 0 11 years. Right. That's just terrible, man. And what's crazy about that shit, too, Dak delusional? He admitted in the press conference after the game that they worked on that shit the whole week and couldn't make no adjustments in the game because they couldn't figure out in game or out game how Dak Prescott can beat that shit. So we got a head coach and a quarterback that can't even figure out cover 0. Then Dak Prescott had a nerve to say, well, you expect that from Brian Flores. That's what he does. Well, damn, Dak, if you expect that and know that's what he do, why you couldn't figure that shit out? Why our head coach and our number 1 QB, who's top 5 or top 6, number 1 in clutch, playing the position, 2nd team All-Pro, run up the MVP, understands what Brian Flores is going to bring, but he still couldn't figure it out. And you want me to believe that this guy is the answer to us winning the Super Bowl? Football fanatic, what up? What's happening, bro? Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, bro. Yeah, Devil Dog destroyed our team, and I'll never get behind that shit ever. Nah, man. Hawk, I hope you fake an injury the first game of the year. Cool G. Dak plays mid bad versus good defense. He always does. That's why I'm trying to figure out how they say he was the most clutch this year when the good teams we played against, he lost. And there were times in those games with him supposedly being the most clutch QB, we could have won. He ain't show no clutch gene then. So I'm supposed to believe he got the clutch gene now? He ain't show no clutch gene 2019, 2021, 2022, 2023. Where's the clutch gene in those games, in those years? But all of a sudden in 2025, after 2024 winning 10 games, he's the most clutch quarterback in the league. That's the hype shit I'm talking about. That's that hype shit. He's the number 1 clutch quarterback in the league going into 2026. Well, the last previous 5 years, he wasn't clutch at all. And even last year, he wasn't clutch. See, Thomas, Dak fans don't believe in their team. game bullshit. They throw Aubrey out for missing some kicks before they kick Prescott out for failing to score points when we need him to the most. Yeah, they were saying fucking get rid of Aubrey, not knowing that he's damn near kept the offense at number one. But they'll get rid of him because he can't kick. He can't go 17 for 17 with 50 plus yard field goals. They want him to be perfect. No. The man had to kick 17 50 plus yard field goals. He went 11 for 17 and they wanted to get him off the team. They ain't want to pay him. Most say Logan. Our schedule going to put Dak on blast. Yeah. The sport. I cannot wait to see Dak go up against the Texans and the Seahawks defense and the Rams. Now that they got your boy over there, Myles Garrett with the Rams. And we seen what Myles Garrett did to Dak. The sport. Yeah, my bad. I read that. Mills. Hurst ate up the Vikings, cover 0-3. Cover 0. 3 TDs, his best game of the season, 300 yards, put Dak better. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jalen Hurts ate that defense alive. But they say he can't throw the ball. They say he can't throw the ball. Had 3 TDs, no picks, over 300 yards. Smacked that Vikings defense, but Dak struggled. They couldn't even throw a touchdown against them, man. Are you fucking kidding me? The sport. Dak about to be up 40 against the Giants. Will pull a hammy in the fourth quarter. Get a 4-year contract extension. Sit out the rest of the year. Man, that's some shit. Sound crazy, but seeing what Jerry has done signing this dude, he already done did that once. With James Stricker. He on team ain't going nowhere. So what's the solution? Get his ass off the team. Maybe we could find somebody that can lead this team to the NFC Championship or Super Bowl. But we won't know unless we try. Stop being scared of thinking we ain't gonna be shit without him. We ain't shit with him. 2-5 in the playoffs, and we just happy. We just settling for that. We just gonna settle for 11-year vet to be 2-5 in the playoffs when he's had teams that's equivalent to other quarterbacks that's won Super Bowls. We just gonna be happy with that shit. We gotta try. We gotta see what's out there. The Broncos did it. Goddamn, Seattle did it. The Eagles did it. There's multiple teams. Yeah, the Patriots did it with Mac Jones and Drake May. They had just drafted Mac Jones. Nah. Get him out of here. We're gonna draft another quarterback. Fuck that shit. Like, damn, we need some nuts in our drawers to do that. We so scary that we got the best quarterback that we're not gonna do nothing. He's the best that's out there. What are we gonna get? Who are we gonna pick? That scary ass mindset away from here, man. That's a scary ass mindset that's plaguing us. Just because we kind of just because we're kind of relevant. I don't even think we relevant no more like that. It's okay because we try hard, but we didn't make it. But that bullshit is okay. Nah, we gotta make moves. We gotta make moves to change the culture of this team. And that's starting with getting rid of the quarterback if he ain't producing. I don't give a fuck. We go 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. We ain't did shit since those 3 years. But yet the quarterback is not the problem. It's everybody else, especially the fucking defense. Yo, dog, yeah, how is this shit clutch when he can't beat a team above 500? He's a phony, fake ass bum. Evil business. I have Dak fatigue. So tired of his bullshit. Hell yeah. Tired of this dude, bro. George. Talk to Quentin Williams, how he made the Pro Bowl. Check his stats. Oh, he did make the Pro Bowl. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you, George. I got you. Mills, easy to be clutch when down 31-10 to pass stats and almost come back. Man, this shit is crazy. Oh, me too, me with biscuit. Dak delusional. Dak depletes his team. He took his team out of the game versus the Packers. Yeah. And that's where uh DeMarcus Lawrence was talking about they was tired. Yeah. Threw two picks. Two picks. One was a pick six. That's in the first half. Like, you're not, as a defense, you're not coming in the game to be having to jump back on the field so often, even in the first half. Man, throw two picks in the first half, bro. You are not giving your team a chance. You're not giving your defense a chance to do anything. You put them behind the eight ball just that quick. That quick. That delusional. Alex Smith was on the Chiefs. They got rid of him. Yeah. Yeah. Sean McVay with the Rams. Golf even got them to an NFC championship, but he still was like, nah, I think we could do better at quarterback. but Jared Goff, he balling in Detroit. I think some of Dan Campbell coaching where they be fucking up too. I think some of that on Dan Campbell. He's too emotional to me as a head coach. He's making a lot of emotional decisions. But he's still been playing. Jared Goff still been playing better than Dak Prescott. Didn't he get the Lions to the NFC Championship? Was it the Rams? He got an NFC Championship. They get two with the Rams or one with Detroit and one with the Rams. But whatever. Sean McVay was like, it ain't good enough. Went traded for goddamn Matthew Stafford and got a Super Bowl. Come on, man. The sport. If Tebow comes out of retirement, he can tie Dak in playoff wins with a wild card victory. Hey, that's fucking sad as fuck, bro. Ain't that some shit? I think it was Blaze in my chat the other day. He put up the amount. It's like 26 quarterbacks that have at least two playoff wins and been in the league goddamn less time than Dak Prescott. Since I think it was since 2016. It was 26 quarterbacks. He said they got at least two playoff wins. 26 other quarterbacks, and we call this guy Mr. Clutch. What game you going to this year, JB? Oh no, I'm gonna try to hit one of them in Dallas. I'm gonna try to hit one of them. I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna try to hit one of them this year. I seen two of them in Georgia when the Cowboys came play the Falcons in Atlanta. I went to those two games. I'm gonna try to catch one in Dallas though. I don't know which one yet. I almost don't want to because I don't want to pay for no shit. They sucking like that, but I at least want to go see AT&T Stadium. Check that shit out. Corsair. JB, I remember when Dallas fans gave hell to their QBs since Don Marathon. These Dak delusional fans got to get real. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Just put my ass on Mr. Clutch. Yeah, that's who he is now. Mr. Clutch. God damn it. All of a sudden he clutch. All of a sudden this guy's clutch. Hey, get the fuck out of here with that shit. The sport. Come to Philly game, brother. Enemy territory. Shit, I might be strapped. I come to Philly. I wear me a Cowboys jersey. I don't fuck around like that. You ain't gonna treat me like that. Hey, I don't care how they crazy is. Like they want to fight, man. I don't know, cause I know I might pop off. You ain't gonna do me like that, bro. I'm sorry. I might have to think about that with the sport, but Nah, them Philly fans ain't gonna do me like that. I'm sorry. Eh, nah. I don't roll like that. It might be better for me not to go to no Philly game. I'm gonna come watch the game. You can talk shit and all that, but when they turn into something else, nah, bro. I ain't with that shit. Mostly, I when they play the Colts. If you know what? If we play the Colts in Indianapolis, where we play the Colts? I had to look at that schedule. I think we play them at home. Damn, if we played them in Indianapolis, I might try to go to that game. Devil Dog, oh, he clutches our bands. Oh, the next game I attend, that will not be on the team. hey, that might be one too, Hawk. Hey, for real. That might be an option right there, bro. I might have to wait till he off the team, bro. So I go show my genuine support. I go to the game in Dallas, boy. I might be pissed off and mad and shit. Like I already know the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we might have to get a new quarterback before I go to a Cowboy game. Be like, yeah, at least I can root for my whole team and not knowing the outcome with the quarterback, or at least I know like shit, he trying to learn to give us a chance to win. I already know what the fuck that gonna do. That delusion. I used to go to the Cowboy games at the old vet. Yeah, never dog hawk. They gonna extend the Willie Wonka. What's up, man? What up, JP? What it do, man? Yeah, Willie in the house. Yes, no, that's in Indy. That's why I'm going. I'm right here in Kentucky, so that's over the bridge. Hey man, I might try to go to that game. You know what I'm saying? I got people in Indiana, so I might try to see if I can go to that game. Check that out. And I ain't got to down bring the 4 pounder with me if I go to Indianapolis. I can watch the game and be a fan and talk shit to the Colts fans or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I go to a Philly game. I use my better judgment and knowing how I am. I don't see how Cowboys go to Philly and get treated like that. But I don't give a fuck. You ain't finna do me like that, bro. Mm-mm. Shit, it's just sports. We just fans. You gonna try to hurt somebody over? Nah. Mm-mm. Willie Wonka at the hospital with wife. She's running tests. Okay, man. You know, man. Prayers up for the wife, Willie. Hope everything work out for you and her. You know what I'm saying? Corsair, honestly, JB, that was a dead meat with that cat quarterback. Yeah, I got you. Catlin, what's up? You said in the last live I ain't speak to you, man. My apologies, man. I thought I acknowledged you. But what's up, Catlin? What you got going on about tonight, JB? I know you're ready. What do you think about Brandon Aubrey scoring 155 total points, equivalent to 25 touchdowns when Dak Prescott only threw for 30? Willie Wonka Dak is still a bum. We know it. Yep. Oh, no. Dak. Where you post them at? Oh, Dak Delusion. Oh, my bad. Okay, you talking Dak Delusion. Yeah, prayers up to Willie and his wife, man. Yeah, yes, sir. Catlin, how about your boyfriend? It's a bum. Cool G. Dak leads the team into the black hole. Dak Delusion. Why they say no receiver's good enough for Dak, but play good with other quarterbacks? Cole Beasley, an example. Yeah. Yeah, they claim Dak then made some of these receivers, which is bullshit. And one, they say he made Amari Cooper. How the fuck Dak Prescott make Amari Cooper? Well, he was a shit with the Raiders when the Raiders, nah. That dude went to the Pro Bowl with the Raiders like 2 times, I think. And he was coming over off a 1,000-yard season that season when we got him. Dak was 3-5. and couldn't hit no target. That's why Jerry Jones gave up a number one to get Amari Cooper. So how did Dak make Amari Cooper when we had to give up a number one for him? And he didn't start flourishing and winning until we got Amari Cooper. So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Shit. Catlin, yeah, both good guys did their job. Dak didn't do his though. Dak didn't do his job. Nah. If your kicker scored 155 total points, which is equivalent to 25 touchdowns, I would think my quarterback would at least have 40 touchdowns. At least 40. If your kicker had equivalent of 25, but your quarterback only had 30, say your kicker only had equivalent of 5 less touchdowns than your quarterback. Hawk, Catlin coming in late must have been Mr. Well. Cause you know, boy, he one of those biggest slurpees on Dak too, boy. He get in, boy. He'll join that slurp fest too. Yes, he will. We said in 3 years, uh, uh, Brian Schottenheimer gonna win the Super Bowl with the Cowboys. That's what he said. In 3 years, we will win the Super Bowl with Brian Schottenheimer. Okay, you got this year and next year. We're gonna see. Mills, Amari Cooper saved that career. I guess people got a short memory on that, along with the Aikman slander. Yeah. We were 3-5 before we got Amari Cooper in 2018. But Dak was the one that endorsed receiver by committee. But we still had to go get a number one wide receiver and give up a number one draft pick for him. Catlin, how so, JB? I don't know what you mean. Both of them? No, he didn't do his job. Not as the highest paid quarterback in the league, the highest paid player on the team. And Brandon Aubrey scored 25 equivalent touchdowns and he only scored 30 now. Your kicker ain't supposed to be kicking 17 field goals, 50 plus yards. No. Devil Dog, Calvin, don't do anything crazy this year. Your boy is going to get exposed even more. 32 touchdowns is how many points they be. Oh, Dak scored 32 touchdowns? No, he didn't. Well, he got 2 rushing. Still, your kicker had 25. That's still. Shit, he shouldn't be nowhere near Dak Prescott. As a kicker. Of course, Dak's medicine balls gets the wide receiver into the locker room during the game. That dude's auntie got tooth. He say, curse me out the other day. Who? Auntie Gaptooth? Who's Auntie Gaptooth? Who is Auntie Gaptooth, that delusion? No, Calvin, our kicker almost has as many points. That's the problem. Yeah. Oh, he's at 2 rushing. And so it's funny how you account his 2 rushing as touchdowns for Dak Prescott, but call Jalen Hurts a running back playing quarterback because he had 14 rushing. What did he have? What did he have? 14? Was it 8? I don't know why I'm thinking 14, but he had 8 rushing touchdowns or something. I don't know why I'm thinking 14. But still, they discount Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns when they become more than Dak's touchdowns total. They get rid of Jalen Hurts total touchdown rushing and throwing, but they'll add Dak's rushing touchdown to say he got more. Man. Well, block me. They hate to hear facts about that. Yeah. Mills, Hurts had more TDs on an average Eagles offense, but Dak is better. This is embarrassing, like for real. Yeah. But he's supposed to be better. Oh, yeah, he blocked me too. HDL, oh, that's who you talking about, that delusional? Man. I remember that dude told me I'm a grifter. You grifted away from the dentist too, yeah. Like he chew on the damn bag of rocks. Hell yeah, Dr. Delusion. Yeah, that's that guy. Catlin, were they all tush pushes? It don't matter. And no, they all wasn't tush pushes. No, it don't matter. You still put in Dax 2 rushing TDs, but discounts Jalen Hurts. I think he did get 14 rushing TD. I must be thinking about this year he got 8. Maybe the previous season he had 14, but they still discount Jalen Hurts rushing TDs when the total TDs be more than Dax. But you want to add his 2 rushing TDs when we compared our kicker to score equivalent of 25 touchdowns with his 155 total points. You want to add Dak's little 2 rushing TVs to try to boost him up a little bit. But it's still a shame, Catlin, because he should be nowhere close to a kicker. A kicker shouldn't even be scoring 25 touchdowns anyway. So for the fact that Dak only threw for 30 and our kicker had 25, bro, that tell you right there. Mo say Logan, I don't like Hurts, but he know how to win. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, you got to respect the winner. However he get it done, he wins, and that just me as a sports fan, as playing the sports, understand winning and knowing. You might not like your opponent, but you got to respect when they do what they do to get the job done. Jalen Hurts is a winner, man. I can't front on that. I don't like the Eagles. I can't stand them. I hope we sweep them. I want us to sweep them every year. But I gotta be real about what the man has done. I gotta be real. This man have been to 2 Super Bowls and Dak ain't never seen that shit. He ain't never seen nothing like that. And he been in the league longer than Jalen Hurts. Dak ain't seen no shit like that. Oh, CFT blocked me, law blocked me. Man, they all know that's that whole universe get along gang, bro, as Kwame Brown called it. The get along gang. Man. I don't even really. I got to the point where sometimes since they kick you out for responding in their chat, I just make me a video about the shit. Yeah. Mills, Mr. Well, pop. Dak Delusion. HTM is Auntie got to. Yeah, shit. You tripping, bro. This Matrix, what's happening? You know, I like when you bring that feminine energy in the room. JB, I can't believe I had to defend your name out there in the YouTube streets. I was so confused. Like, what am I actually doing? What happened, Miss Matrix? They own your boy in these YouTube streets? Tell me what happened, Miss Matrix. Yeah, I appreciate you. Let me give you some love for that. Yeah, you defending your boy in these YouTube streets? Oh shit! I knew it. I knew it when I was on. When I used to come on. When angry and oh shit! Damn, you done made me forget his name. When I used to come on his show, boy, y'all used to be at me. Now you defending me in these YouTube. Hey, you got to tell me what's going on, Miss Matrix. You gotta let me know what went down. Lil D, they don't remember NFC East was trash half his career. That's where most of his stats came from. Wasn't against winning teams, just facts. No, you right, bro. I've said that many times. You right. Mm-hmm. Of course, JB. Where's the major Dax Slurpee miss? Oh, she just popped up in. Yeah, shit. Miss Mason, my girl, though, because you gotta understand, though. Of course, Miss Mason, she was be on the other side, and I done end up giving her a wrench in here. Yeah, we cool though. We cool. You know what I'm saying? Cowboy, what's happening? What's up, JB? Dak wishes to progress and win Super Bowls in one hand, but only produces overinflated stats and picks in the other. Yeah, that's all it is. Overinflated stats, man. Garbage time stats, man. Catlin Hurts MVP tush push. It don't matter, man. 2 Super Bowl appearances, a Super Bowl W, MVP of the Super Bowl. I don't care if I got pushed in the end zone 20 times. I got me a Super Bowl. See, y'all want to win pretty with Dak. See, y'all will take a 30, 33, and 38, 379 yard, 3 TDs in the L from Dak. Than just winning the game with 200 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns, and 78 yards rushing and a touchdown from a quarterback, but you get the W. Y'all want to see 35-38 with Dak winning, then a 17-10 Super Bowl win. I mean, come on, man. Y'all want to see the L like that, then a W. Gerard, what's up, bro? What it do? Hurts went toe to toe with Mahomes on the Super Bowl and won. Facts. Facts. Yes, he did. Devil dog that likes coke money and women. He not worried about his play. Nope. Nope. Miss Magic Course said, stop the cat. You clearly see me. No Slurpee or Jerry Jerker or Romo Rubber. Which one are you? Anyway, you better watch out. Miss Magic, boy, she got them comebacks for you. Cool G, there's no reason to do that, JB, when Jerry still wins. Yo. Corsair, ain't no fun without Matrix. This Matrix. Hey, Miss Matrix, I want to tell you what happened now. I want to tell you what happened, how you had to take up for your boy in these YouTube streets. Hey, Logan, I said, I don't think I could do it now. You might have to comment, after the live in my comment section on the live. I think I can do it like that. Or in one of my recent videos, I can go in and do it like that. That delusional. Miss Matrix coming to the real side. Ain't she? Ain't she? She getting the truth. She getting the realness. It ain't no sugarcoating. But she real game, recognize game, real recognize real. She know what time it is. Slowly but surely. Even busy Cowboys will be last in their division, but that will be a Hall of Fame QB. All right, Mo. I'm gonna check you out, man. Like I said, though, I got you, man. You gotta do one of those things for me to give you that wrench, because I be trying to do it when I be live or something, but this shit don't work. I don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I even go back on my channel and try to do it. But yeah, Miss May said, JB, I defended Chunky too. That's my guy, even though he haven't been active. Some other creator who I love too said he doesn't really mess with JB. I said, chill on my guy. He misguided, but he could nah, that ain't. It's talking about I'm misguided. No, Miss Mason, that ain't stepping up for you, boy. You still throwing a shot at me. You still throwing a shot. Yeah, but your boy Junkie ain't been on for a minute. He on Caitlin Clark and that Indiana Fever. Shit. Captain, good luck winning 17-10 on this team. Well, Double Dog, she'll cut you. Yeah, she'll cut you. Yeah. Reek Money, what it do, bro? What's happening with you, man? Is that the lose, Miss Mitchell? We were wearing you down. You going to see the light. You going to become one of us. Yeah. The bird session, PJ. What's up, bro? And I checked out your live the other day, man. Yeah. You wouldn't let nobody up though. For your presence at the BS is requested. Oh yeah, the bird session. Whenever you have time, we need something sensible, rational, something awful. You kicking ass and looking forward to seeing you soon. Yeah, man, I'll come through, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. You know, so Dak supposed to take pay cuts like Brady and Pat to build his team to win the Super Bowl. Man, Dak ain't about that life, bro. That dude's selfish as fuck. He ain't about that. He don't care about winning. But otherwise, why would he want to reset the market, bro? That's all he cared about was resetting the market. Talking about he want to do it for the brotherhood of the quarterback position and the brotherhood for the players. Excuse me. Well, none of them quarterbacks said anything about that. They just got deals done to help their team, especially Jalen Hurts. Mills, Miss Mitchell, it took me off till after the Cardinals game last season to come around. I was in denial and delusion. I said, Miss Mitchell, we like Steve Urkel. We're wearing you down. Yeah, Urkel was trying to wear your girl down, wasn't he? Mills, the bird says, and I follow you. You be getting on Sirianni. Yeah. It become, yeah. I've been on this show before once, Mills, and it was cool, you know what I'm saying? I'll be checking him out. Try to get at him on his next live, though. Yeah. That's realness. It be real, too. Yup. Miss Mason, JB, dang, I said chill on my guy. Dang, what you what you want a gal to do? Next time, what, JB? Only speak facts, and he's the realest, man. Come on. Yeah, that's what you need to say, Matrix. Yeah. But I appreciate you, though, Miss Matrix. I appreciate you, though, for at least, you know what I'm saying, say, like, get off my boy. Yeah. Uh-huh. But who was talking shit, though? Who you had to correct, Miss Matrix? Yeah, I can imagine who it was, though. Yeah. Yeah. The bird says, come on, y'all. Let's get those lights up for JB. That's his tip jar. Appreciate it. Yes, sir, man. Yeah, send that shout out to bird section. The evil biscuit. Even if Dak takes a pay cut, he will still choke and throw picks in the playoffs. Dak a choke. Man. But you know, if he would do that, at least we would probably have some players, you know, on defense that got there, get that shit back and, you know, stop the goddamn run. And because I don't think, bro, honestly though, Evil Biscuit, I don't think we're gonna be able to stop the run like these guys think we are. Hey, that's gonna be an issue to me. Stopping the run. I don't think our front seven is built that tough, bro. It ain't built that tough. I don't think so. Mm-mm. I think that's gonna be a key issue for us with this defense that Kristen Parker so called supposed to be a top 10 defense, Super Bowl caliber defense. Nah. Jerry Jones made $100 million off Dak his rookie season. This Dak 11 season, trust me, he getting another contract. I hope the fuck not. Straight up, I hope the fuck not. Hawk, name drop Miss Magic. Who channel was you on defending JB? Yes, sir, Hawk. That's what I'm talking about. Who that out there slandering your boy? Miss Major Mills, I'm right there with you. I know my team trash. I just see the reasons differently. That's all. Yeah, that's all. Yep. I see that from Miss Major. Yep. Yeah, she cool, man. Mills Bird says she used to go at it with Mark Holmes too. Man. Oh, Mark Holmes. Miss Major Hawk. Nah, I can't do that. He's my guy too. I love all my Cowboys content creators. Oh shit. But it's crazy though. Shit, all they gotta do is just goddamn let me come up on the channel. We could just speak our piece toward one another. If you feel like that some way about it. So what I'm saying must be goddamn coming through because ain't no way you even mention my name. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't starting to start no trouble. I'm just speaking for what I see as a Cowboy fan, what I see about my team. And I know a lot of people don't like it. They don't like it. I don't care. I got the right, goddamn it. I've been supporting this team since I was 6 years old. Ain't no way you can't tell me I can't have an opinion about what I see or what I think that can help change the fortunes of the team. And if it's Dak Prescott there, hey, goddamn it, shit, respect. You know what I'm saying? Respect that shit. I don't know who that is, Mo. No linebackers. No, not to play the 3-4. Lil D, when Dak starts sweating, just run the ball on the damn ball until he read the tablet and calm down. Captain, so if they don't stop the run, it's Dak's fault. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they don't stop the run, it's Dak's fault. But they do complain about the defense not being able to stop the run, and it's an excuse to why Dak can't succeed. I'm just saying specifically we need to stop the run for the team as a whole for us to, you know what I'm saying, get some W's. Because y'all blame the defense and not being able to stop the run and do this, that we were sorry. So I'm like, goddamn. But I want the team to be able to be stout and our front seven to stop the run for the team victory for us to succeed as the Dallas Cowboys. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that part for the team. I got my critique of the team other than that. I have my other critiques. I've said them before. But my main one is that because he's supposedly supposed to be the leader and he's the highest paid on the team. He's top 5, like y'all said. He's top 5 elite. He's the second team runner up. Second team All Pro, run up the MVP, the number 1 clutch quarterback in the league. He's number 6 as top 10 as quarterbacks out of all quarterbacks in the league. So I'm like, y'all giving him this praise like he's so great. But then you complain when we can't stop the run. It's all about the defense of why we lost because Dak Prescott is so great. So I'm saying, shit, we stop the run, which I think we might have some troubles with. Then it's going to be better for Dak Prescott if we be able to stop the run, right? Shit. The Bird session, yeah, Mills, he doesn't do well with foreign fans from other fan bases. Nope. No devil dog. Captain Dak checks into pass plays on the goal line. Yeah. Dumb shit like that. Dumb shit like that. Big Smetches, I mean, he said it on his live. It's recorded and up, so you just might see it. I mean, that could be any one of them universe Dak delusional fanboys that said it on their live. I've caught a couple of them on their live before in the past, but I don't really be goddamn looking at them like that too tough no more. You need to drop some initials or something. I can go check that live out or something. Maybe I call them out. I already called a couple of them out. You know what I mean? I've been on CFT. I mean, what's the name? Tuck. I've been on Tuck show before, so it ain't nothing for me to. Me and him had some back and forth. You know what I'm saying, on his show. I've had HTM, CFT say something about me on their show. I went back with them, so it ain't nothing. I mean, shit. I just didn't know they still had my name in their mouth. That's the thing. I thought that shit was done with. Shit. Miss Matrix, Devil Dog, facts. Can't have no linebackers in the 3-4. More likely a 5-2 nickel. Hey, I don't think we got the right linebackers. The rookie we got, and we depended on him. What's his name? Barsham? That's his name? D. Winters ain't going to be shit. You know, George done already, We got a 49 fan. My boy George, he didn't already spoke up and said about what winners is about. So our linebacker core and our 3 down linemen and our 4 linebackers that need to play that front 7, it's not that good to me. That delusional mismatches, we gonna be like dude and their presidents to Lorraine Tate. We talk baby girl, Dak is not it. Who you thought her? Hey, she coming around. Hey, mismatches coming around. The Mills. Why we always link to signing players? Y'all know Jerry Jones is gonna do the opposite now. They saying we getting a linebacker from the Giants, Brian Okiriki. Okiriki? I don't know how to say that last name. So they trying to get a trade with the Giants? Bird section. I think folks have you misread. You guys are on your way to building something. You need more time and experience with the overall system, especially for the defense. CP needs at least 2 years. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. The thing is, though, Bird, we got some of our fans already saying Christian Parker is a head coach in waiting. And he hasn't showed nothing about being a D coordinator yet. See, that's the problem I have with some of our fans. Puffing up and promoting guys that haven't really shown nothing yet. And I'm not discounting Christian Parker and what he can bring to the Dallas Cowboys as a defensive coordinator. We just got to let him do it, some of that shit first. We can't just anoint him and he ain't did nothing already. So that's what I'm pushing back on. I'm not pushing back on that he's sorry and he ain't shit because he's young. I'm pushing back over the hype that they giving him. And it's like they throwing him out there. And then when he failed, they were like, well, you supposed to be a coach in waiting. Why you ain't get it done? That type of shit. Because I know our Cowboys. I know our fans. I know these delusional Dak fanboys. If the shit don't work out, they're going to turn on him. I'm telling you. They ain't going to say nothing about Dak. They going to turn on everybody else. And I'm saying this is the type of attitude that they're showing, hyping him up. They're going to turn on him if he don't be what they expect him to be his first year. You can't expect that from him in his first year. That's why I'm saying get 2-3 years. Building this team defense. Building this shit. You know what I'm saying? Getting used to players and your coaches and your assistants and what you can do on this defense. See what succeed and see what don't succeed, and you can build off of that. But they're not going to give him that. I'm telling you, they're not going to give him that. That's my thing. Cat, if the defense help out to be average, we'll be in contender. That's not necessarily true, Catlin. That's not necessarily true. We were so-called contenders in 20, and 21, 22, 23, hell, 19. 20, but that got hurt. But those 5 years, we was considered contenders then with the offense and defense we had. But what happened in the playoffs? What happened when we had that play in the win against Philadelphia in 2019? When we had everybody healthy on offense and defense, when the Eagles came in injured, beat up, Carson Wentz led an injured, beat up team. Would they beat us 17-12 or some shit? Dak Prescott couldn't score more than 20 points, and he had a better offense, the better weapons than Carson Wentz. That year in 2019, they was coming into off the offseason. Oh, we're gonna have what nobody has ever had, 3,000 yard receivers, and we damn near had it, but got bounced in a play in the win versus a beat up Eagles team. Come on, man. Come on. Yo, bro, let me know when, and I'll join your stream too. Okay, no problem. No problem. I got you, bro. That delusional Miss Mason, we're going to be like, she didn't know shit listening to your content, JB. and gun in hand. Evil Biscuit. Catlin, even if the defense is top 5, the Cowboys won't win shit with Dak. Damn. In big games, Dak showed. That's what I say. Hey. I don't know how many times we got to tell them that, Evil Biscuit. And I know they see it. They just don't want to admit it. Just don't want to admit it. Hawk Catlin, what do you be smoking before you get in? Just call me Bobby O. Bobby O. Devil Dog. Tell him, Catlin, Dak and his 2-5 play. Man. Oh, shit. George, D. Winter is the last man on the field to realize it's a screen pass. And that's what I said. I told George I already spoke about this guy. And they was thinking about giving him the green dot. I was like, wait a minute, bro. He played behind goddamn Fred Warner and what was the other linebacker name for the Niners? What's his name, George? I forgot his damn name. But D. Winters only got in because both of them got injured. But I don't even know still. They might still try to make him the green dot. I hear they've been saying they might make the rookie the green dot. That's even worse. No. And Winters ain't built like a linebacker. He built like a safety. We need a 6'4", 270. I mean 6'4", like 250, 260, somewhere around there. 245, 250, somewhere in that area. Fast, big linebacker. Because they're going to have to go up against some guards. You can't have a goddamn 5'10", 5'11", 215, 20-pound linebacker going up against 350, 60-pound guards. Giving him the green dot? That the loser. You heard Dak said my team he don't want nobody on his team that think they can't win a Super Bowl. Man, please. He don't even believe he can win a Super Bowl. That's bullshit. Oh, just trying to figure out what you've been looking at Dak these past 4 or 5 years, Captain. The Captain said defense fall apart in the playoffs. Okay, 2021 they didn't fall apart. They held the 9 to 23. They didn't fall apart in 2022. They held on the 19. They did fall apart because Dak threw two picks, a pick six in the first half. It's something to Dak's play that causes the defense to be sluggish, to be getting scored on. They stay on the field too much with Dak at quarterback. The dude is the 3-and-out king. Dak Prescott is the 3-and-out king, bro. Are you kidding me? He'll either fumble that shit or throw a pick. The Bird says, I've been telling Dak Sessions to not make him more than what he is year one. Despite my warnings, they still did it. And I hate that for CP. Devil Dog. Hawk. He's focused on Dak's hip thrust. Cool G number 4 is all talk. Where I'm from, players let their play speak for themselves. And that's what I've been saying for the longest, Cool G. Why can't Dak's play speak for himself? Not these damn delusional ass fanboy content creators. Not the media with they overhyped bullshit stats. Why can't we actually see with our own eyes his play speak for him? And what he's shown us, what we seen with our own eyes, he's not that guy. Sorry. Your kicker should not have equivalent of 25 touchdowns and you only throw 30. No way. And I'm supposed to believe this guy's elite. He's going to carry us when shit ain't even 100% right on the team. There's been quarterbacks that had to carry their teams to Super Bowls and win them when everything was not perfect. Miss Majors, I feel like I need to be in here and on other channels. They be way too far gone on the hype. It's unreal. I be telling G, chill sometimes. Like, come on, come on, Pastor. You know it ain't all sunshine and rainbows, right? So is G? G? He called me out on his live, Miss Matrix. That was G, Mister. Well. Evil Biscuit, JB, you can't argue with that, fanboys. It's like talking to a damn Fitz post. Or hey, remember that show? What was that show with Oh man, I forgot what's the white guy name? Oh, I forgot that show. Uh, uh damn. You used to goddamn talk to the dude over the fence, and all you can see is his eyes and shit. You ain't see nothing but his eyes when he talked to him over the fence. His neighbor. And I forgot that show. Mills, 17-9, 3 field goals, loaded offense. Birds defense was trash in 2019. That's when I started looking at number 4 side. Well, yeah, so it was 17-9. He ain't even put up a touchdown. But at that time, they were saying we had the best offense. We ended up going 8-8. That was that year, that third game we played Miami or something like that. And after that, we ain't win for like 3, 4, 5 weeks. Everybody was hyping them up about the offense because we played the Redskins. Well, then he's saying the Redskins. We played the Commanders and the Jets or some weak ass teams, and they was crowning Dak after going 3-0. What the hell? Somebody alarm going off outside. Cool G facts at Miss Major. Yeah. Sean Gilmore, what's up? Dallas had a number 1 defense. Dallas still going home early. Yeah, Mosa. Yeah. Greenlaw. Yeah, Fred Warner and Greenlaw playing before D Winters, and we talking about making him the green dot. He ain't nowhere near Fred Warner and Greenlaw. He ain't even on their level. Now, if we got one of them from San Francisco, that's some different shit. That's some different shit. Miss Major. And I absolutely love G Channel and the other ones, but I'm always somewhere in the middle because JB and Fifth Channel too far gone. Too, just the opposite way. So you riding the fence then on that, Miss Matrix. You got to bring some type of middle ground, Miss Matrix. So what G was talking about then, Miss Matrix? Why he put my name out there like that on his live? What's up with that? Huh? Oh, I'm already curious about that name. Hold up, y'all. I know that ain't my truck. Hold up, y'all. There's an alarm going off. Hold on, let me check. I'll be right back. Hold up, man. Yeah, my bad, my bad. Damn neighbor truck going off. Oh, damn, why y'all don't stop that shit? Damn. Miss Matrix. What name? Uh, what's your G? Break it down, Miss Matrix. What the hell they were talking about on this live? I might have to get some correction going on, goddamn. Cool G, the truth shall set you free, people. Yes, sir. The sport. Dak is still talk, man. Oh, no, this Dak is the can't man, goddamn. Oh, the hip thrust watchers. Miss Matrix cat the hip thrust watchers. Catlin. Niners were the better team, JB. Says who? Says who? We had the same damn near weapons as on the field, the players. Basically the same team as the Niners had. I don't want to hear that shit. I think we had the same record one of those years, and the other year our record was better than theirs. I don't want to hear that shit. They was the better team. I thought we supposed to be the better team. We played them in San Fran and we played them at home. So we had, it's no excuse, especially in 2022. Hell, we even played them on the road in 2022 in the playoffs. And shit, you can't tell me that defense wasn't lit. That defense was lit in 2022 when we played San Fran in them playoffs. That's when we came off of supposedly Dak retiring goddamn Tom Brady. But they forget about what the defense did in that game against Tampa Bay. And they continued. See, the defense continued to do what they were supposed to do against Tampa Bay and the Niners in 2022. But it was Dak Prescott who didn't continue doing what he was supposed to do. Defense balled and had, 2 or 3 turnovers in that Tampa Bay game. Turn around and held the Niners to fucking 19 points. And Dak Prescott didn't do shit with that. Come on, man. Devil dog. 3-4 can't have a bunch of lightweights. Look at those 3-4 championship defense in New England. Yep. Mm-hmm. Hawk. Yeah, Catlin is cool. Just curious about the name. When you say it, it has female all over it to me. Yeah, Hawk. When he first started coming in there, I was calling him Catlin. He's like, no, it's Caitlin. I was calling him Caitlin, but it's Catlin. Because I couldn't see. I was like, Caitlin, that sounds like a girl. But it's Catlin. So, Miss Bashir, no, it wasn't G Pastor. Would have never do that, JB. You talking about Home Improvement. Yeah, Miss Matrix. That what his name was. What's the actor name? He was a good actor. Yeah, that was Home Improvement. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I believe you. Yeah, it was crazy, Hawk, but yeah. It's Mason. Nah, Callan. Hawk and Mills be on G Channel. They can all tell you he doesn't get down like that. I was just saying I even have to tell the pastor to chill on the hype. It just be too much sometimes. Yeah, Miss Mason, that's all we saying, man. This the hype train that be on, man. You know what I'm saying? Selling that hopeism. That's all we saying. Let's be real about some shit sometime. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't peaches and cream with the Cowboys because we acquire certain players who we think that's this or think that's that. You know what I'm saying? We can't just skip past the blunders and the failures of what this team has been doing the last 4 5 years and say, oh, since this happened this year, it's going to be like that. We got to be real about the track record, what they have shown us. We got to be real about the track record, what Dak Prescott has shown us. Jack Delusion, JB Gap Tooth Auntie with her Candace. Be careful. Devil Dog Delusional. He's a turnover machine and he's basic. Oh yeah, Miss Magic. He be over the top too much. Yeah, man. But what's crazy is, and no hate on G. You know what I'm saying? He got an audience that buy that hopeism. I mean, it is what it is. And a lot of them, the DC universe, they got a lot of people trapped in that hopeism. And if it works for them, it's working for them. Shit, that delusion JB got too. Okay, my bad. I read out. Mm-hmm. So, hey. Well, see, I like G and Boss. Y'all all do y'all thing, though. But I'm with you on the Dak stuff. He will never overdo. He will overdo. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't. You know, they run that shit the way they run it. It's cool. But it's funny that you can't disagree with them, that they feel like everything they say is right, especially if you say something about Dak. They like, I mean, shit. They take that shit personal. They take it personal. That's my thing. Like, God damn. You say anything about Dak, boy, they cut your head off. Mills bad. Thanksgiving losses at home under number 4 to the Chargers, the average Bill team, and the Raiders. Are you kidding me? George, in 2022, the Cowboys had more Pro Bowlers than the 49ers. Speak, bro. And it's coming from a 49ers fan, Catlin. That's what I'm saying. That my Niners had a better team. Like I'm saying, maybe, one of those years we was about the same. They might have been a little bit better. One of those years we was just as good or better than the 49ers. It was basically those years we the same team, man. As far as talent wise and the expectations from what we did going 12-5. Like, come on, bro. No excuses, man. It's just when the playoffs come, when rubber meets the road, when the pressure is at its most, that's just when Dak Prescott folds. I mean, that's just all to it. You got a first-year quarterback with goddamn, matter of fact, he came off the bench. He was third string. Brock Purdy was third string in 2022. Mr. Irrelevant. He came in there and handled with more poise as a quarterback than Dak Prescott did as a 10-year vet at the time. Well, going on 10, 9, going on 10, whatever. Still, he was more experienced than Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy ran that offense like a veteran more than Dak Prescott did. You hold the Niners, who was balling that season, running over everybody with McCaffrey. And we hold McCaffrey to like 40-some yards. Maybe 50, somewhere around there. He wasn't nowhere near close to 100. The defense held McCaffrey down in that game. That's why they only scored 19 points. I think they kicked like 3 or 4 field goals. And that wasn't good enough. I think the Niners was number 1 in scoring that season. Number 1 in rushing with McCaffrey. And we locked them down. Nah. Of course, there, Tim Allen home. Yeah, Tim Allen home improvement. Yeah. What up, corner? What it do, bro? I'm a Hopian doctor, and I help people detox off of things. Sorry ass. Go on, I'm listening in the background. All right, bro. Said I dropped the link in the chat earlier. I drop it in there again. Anybody wanna come up, man? I'm gonna go for a few more minutes. About 20, 30 more minutes. Anybody wanna jump on? Get their thoughts. We can do that. You know what I'm saying? Wait, Catlin. Can you even name a number two wide receiver against the Niners, JB? What you mean? From us? In 2022 shit, we had man, we had CD. Was that well Gallo was playing. I think your boy Wilson. Uh when they got down Mark Cooper League. We had Mark Cooper in 2022. Y'all name on wide receivers we had. I know we had some wide receivers could have job done where he ain't do it. It's better in 2021. I know we had Wilson in 21. We had a loaded offense in 21. Boy, loaded that wide receiver. Mills, Catlin, 1989. Mystery Weapon outplaying Dak is unacceptable. Facts. Unacceptable. Double dog. They talking about that being so great, he won't even make the Ring of Honor. Man, I think they're gonna push him up in the Cowboys stuff. Anything about the Cowboys team, they gonna give him them. He done broke the passing yards record and all that bullshit. That delusion of 2019 Cowboys was better and healthier than the 2019 Eagles that pissed down his leg. Yup. So hell did. The sport. Romo wins that 22 Niners playoff game. Mm. Mm. Man. That delusional. What's happening, man?
Hey, let me help you out. He said who we have in 2022 as receivers. We had
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton, and T.Y. Hilton came on the sideline like 3 times, and the camera showed him telling Dak stop looking at one receiver, and he got cut the next year.
Damn.
So don't act like Dak ain't had no receivers. T.Y. Hilton was still good then.
Yeah, he was. He still was a good receiver. Hold up. Miss Matrix, y'all stay glossing over Diggs in that game. Sometimes when it comes down to a single play at the end. Well, it was still a lot. It was like the whole rest of the third and the fourth quarter after Diggs missed that hit.
But that hit would have been a penalty. That would have been a hit
Yeah, that's what I
the
was thinking.
defensive
It
receiver.
would have been a penalty. Yeah, it would have been hitting a defenseless receiver. He didn't time it correctly to hit him when he touched the ball, but that's probably why he laid off of him and why he didn't hit him, because it probably would have been a penalty. I think it would have been. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that one play, him not making that play, cost that game. That
Man,
defense still held the Niners to 19 points.
Dak threw 2 interceptions that game. Why do Dak fans try to act like throwing interceptions and turnovers help a team win a game? They were like, well, he threw 4 interceptions and they still won the game.
I don't know. You got me on that one. Yeah. Hawk say, JB, they all have been hypnotized by Jerry Jones. A lot of the fan base is just as senile as his ass. That's why he never changed, because as long as he has this delusional fan base, he's good. That's a good point. I think that's why we're getting all this hype and lifting Dak up, why he won't think he needs to get better. It's too much goddamn slurping on Dak to where he hear it and see it, to where he was like, well, just like he said this, at the end of this year, he felt like he did what he was supposed to do, but the defense let him down. So he felt like Brandon Aubrey's scoring equivalent of 25 touchdowns, and he had 30. He felt like he did his job because he's not getting enough criticism. He getting too much fake ass love, too much hype that he's good. Not enough criticism, because if he was getting criticism where he thought it mattered, he would really try to do better. I think he would change a lot about how he getting paid with the Cowboys and how he would play. But to me, he's still stuck in the mind frame where he's good. He don't. To me, he feel like he don't have to really get better playing the quarterback position, because they blame everything on everybody else. They don't give him as much blame as they should. So he continues to come out there every year with this, to me, nonchalant about being better, improving on where he needs to improve. But goddamn, it's been 11 years, and I don't think there's gonna be no too much of a drastic improvement from this guy, especially since he's been paid and he feel like he really don't have to get better as a player. He feel like he's already there. That's the issue and the problem for me.
And Doc would have never said that if Diggs, Parsons, and Lance was on the team. I think I played my best. I think I played good enough for us. This is my first time, not whatever he said. He wouldn't threw the defense under the bus like that if they was
Mm-mm.
on the team. Michael Parsons and Lance and Diggs would have cussed his ass out.
No, Diggs already had cussed his ass out one time previous, so, and then neither him or Parsons at that time put them on his top 5 list. So they was already looking at Dak like, yo, man, it's some hype shit. Whenever it matters, he not getting it done. Mills say 2022 we had 2,000-yard backs. 2021 damn near a good old line, but he never had help before. Right, that's all they claim. When he fails, he didn't have the help, and it's always about giving him more help, more help. Hey, let me ask you this, Dr. Delusional. What you think about? I know it's been said, but I kind of, I had to talk about this tonight. Aubrey having a total of 155 points was equivalent to 25 touchdowns, and Dak only had 30. But
Yeah,
they put,
Aubrey
yeah,
was Aubrey and what's his name? Devontae Williams was the MVP of that offense last year. It wasn't that.
I don't think it was either. But they lifting him up in his team offense as being number one because of Dak Prescott, because they said he's the number one clutch quarterback and he's number 6 in the top 10. So the offense was number one all because of him and his prolific play. But leave out with Brandon Aubrey damn near put up more just as many touchdowns as he did.
Aubrey was clutch. Dak wasn't clutch. Was Dak clutch in that Panthers game? He had the ball like 2 times in the fourth quarter. What did he do?
He didn't do shit with it. He didn't do shit with it. And I made a video about that game, the last 10 minutes of that game. And Dak Prescott folded. We had an opportunity to still win that game if he was clutch, as they say he was. What's up, Samuel? What you got, bro?
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
All right.
All right.
Just to kind of go back with what you said earlier, and I caught some of that up there. Basically, I just agree with everything you said, especially when you were going to reference the Carolina Panthers game, and about that game, as I say myself again, yeah, blame the defense at the end for basically messing up and letting Rico Dowdle kind of do what he did, and the guys get back and won. But even in that game, the defense, shockingly enough, made a few plays in that game. Panthers were driving the field. They didn't give up a touchdown first drive, gave up a field goal, then got an interception. The reason the Cowboys got a lead in the early part of the game, fucking forced a turnover right then and there. Then in the end of it, even with the game kind of close, the offense was doing all right. Pickens was doing this thing, and they were doing all right. But in the fourth quarter, Dak lost the ball, had to take the field, almost lost the ball, got it back. But it's always like after that, they just messed up down the stretch, and the defense got not one but 2 stops. Shockingly enough, and in the end, you already saw how the offense just fucked up at the end, especially with the play calling. I don't know why you just called back-to-back screens. I'm like, the fuck y'all doing? But in the end of it, despite those mistakes, the defense gave up in the end. They gave up the field goal in the end, but the offense could have had a chance to win the game, or at least worst case scenario, find a way to tie it. but
Yeah.
it was just sloppy in general. So among other things.
I call this offense with that is fool's gold. Padded garbage time stats. That's all it is.
Yeah, but they look at that. They make equivalent them stats to Dak and the offense being number one to the point that where they ain't even try to make the offense better in the draft or free agency. The blame was so much on the defense that's all they tackled. But they still, to me, didn't even tackle that correctly. You know what I'm saying? So if the defense was to blame and got down, Brandon Aubrey scored half the damn near touchdown to make this offense what it was. What's gonna happen this year when we depended on Brandon Aubrey to account for some of those goddamn stats on offense to make it number one? Do y'all think Aubrey gonna be the same he was this year after him? You know what I'm saying? Had to kick so many last year. You think he
Yeah,
gonna
I
be the
hope he
same?
ain't got that. I hope he don't got that jinx that when they go in that slump and they can't get out of it.
Mm,
I agree. I hope it's not a sign of him kind of falling off as well. But if I want to be positive, I think, he'll start hitting, 55, 55 plus, next season, because even with him kind of slumping at the end of the year, the fact that he still finished only behind like Fairburn and Myers for
yeah,
total points in general anyway,
yeah,
and contributed pretty much, that much on offense anyway. And people act like that doesn't, want ironically want to downplay that. And some people want to downplay act like that don't matter, but it does, especially when, people that know how our offense. And I talk about, some people say our offense was put up points and yards. But I'm like, that's true, but that's more than just doing that to put up yards and points.
yep,
And when I made a comment, in the chat earlier saying that you want your red zone offense, part of having a good red zone offense, you want your quarterback, and you can say your offensive line to the extent, to be good both from third down and in the red zone. And the fact is, if we could score more touchdowns in the red zone, at least as frequently as we should with what we got, then we wouldn't have to worry about, Aubrey had to kick 50, 55, 50 plus 6 yard, 50,
exactly.
60 yard field goals. And
Yep,
he'll only make them, if he has to, knowing that he'll at least, to get depending on the offense to be able to score points like they should. And if he has to do it, but it wouldn't have to be on him to kind of have to make up for that, per se.
yep, and that's the problem I think was going on with Brian Schottenheimer as head coach, man, because he too much to me depended on Brandon Aubrey to be the savior of the offense instead of being aggressive with his play calling and only depending on like we need to score touchdowns. The only way to me his mindset should be on field goals if that's just the last situation that's possible for us to score some points. But ultimately, it should be scoring touchdowns. We should be aggressively scoring touchdowns. Ain't no way Brandon Aubrey should have kicked 17 field goals, 50 plus yards, bro. That's insane.
No.
That's some insane shit to me. And to me, that's why I don't agree. And I'm gonna keep it real about our offense, why they hyping this shit up like it's the number one. It was too much uh negative shit going on with our offense that they just bypass and say, give the offense, you know what I'm saying, a pass and just go strictly with defense and free agency in the draft. Mistake to me right now going into this season is looking past the deficiencies on this so-called number one offense was really going to hurt us in the long run.
Now, who can they change on the offense without other than the quarterback?
They're too
That's the
scared.
main problem.
Not according to the delusional fans and these Slurpees. Dak and the offense is not the problem. The
And see
problem.
the
Go
and see
ahead.
the and see the thing I tell people. I don't know if I don't know if everybody remember. Remember the 2022 season when Cooper Rush was in there didn't. Well, I felt it. Most people felt it. That team felt like a championship team when Cooper Rush was in there.
I can
Even
say
though he
that.
wasn't scoring a bunch of points,
Yeah,
it felt like a championship team.
felt like a fluid offense. It felt like the quarterback was a quarterback playing a quarterback position. Regardless of the talent of Cooper Rush, the shit looked better. The offense looked better to me with Cooper Rush running versus Dak. To me, when Dak run this offense, everything looked hard. It just looked like a struggle, man. It looked like pulling teeth watching Dak run this offense.
I mean, the thing is that I can say about one thing you can say about Rush is that the guy again. Nobody's gonna ever say the guy's Josh Allen in terms of talent. If he was, or even had half of that, he'd be a starter, right now. But the main point is that regardless of what you think of him, 9-5 record as a starter, and the dude's more or less a practice squad quarterback. But if someone like him can have a winning record when playing with the Cowboys, and then maybe, just maybe, people really need to reconsider the possibility that someone unassuming like Rush could come in and basically go on and have a winning record on the Cowboys. And maybe it just shows that maybe sometimes the dad defenders want to basically sometimes trash this offense and throw the talent of the bus, especially the offense of the bus, when you realize, well, how could someone like Rush go and have a winning record? And yes, Rush lost those 2 games against the Eagles, but let's be real. He played those games when Dak, if last my check, has supposed to have a winner. He's supposed to be better have a winning record against him. So he played, he didn't, and then lost those games. But in every other damn game, he at least tries. I don't knock him for trying, but it kind of shows the point that if someone like Rush can go out there and run this offense, any other quarterback that isn't who doesn't totally suck ass or isn't a total fucking moron could run this offense. I mean, let's see somehow Sam Howell, maybe worst case scenario, if he maybe learn his improvements mechanics, learn his decision making, could learn his offense. Remember, when he was in Washington, he only had really Terry McLaurin to throw to.
Yeah.
I'm from the Hampton Roads area of Virginia as a Cowboys fan. I grew up having to deal with Washington fans my whole life, and I know that I mean, worst case scenario, I've seen how that 2023 Commanders or used to be Skins team looked like. That they were really bad.
Go Cowboys.
Who was this?
So
hold
Put it
up.
up my butt. Put it up my butt. Put it up my butt. Put it up my butt.
Somebody get him up out of here. I don't know what's up with that shit. Yeah, appreciate you.
You say you grew up in Roslyn. I grew up in DC. I used to go to Redskins game at the Stadium Miami. I used to jog past the Stadium Miami. I played football at the stadium with Redskins at RFK.
Oh, yeah, I'm from the I'm from the Tower area in Virginia. I live in Chesapeake, Virginia. So
now I'm from smack right in the middle of DC. I'm right. I'm fit. I was 15 minutes from the Stadium Miami. I mean, I keep calling the Stadium Miami. But it's the same area. I was 15 minutes from RFK Stadium.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then 20 minutes from I was 10 minutes from Landover Stadium, FedEx Stadium.
Huh. I just didn't know.
Hey, Jaja Bang, he said Cooper Rush was trash, but that's the point, Jaja. If Cooper Rush was so trash, why he made the shit look better than Dak?
Here's the thing. See, people try to act like we're trying to make Cooper Rush this great quarterback.
Yeah, we're not.
No, we trying to say if Cooper Rush is trash and he's nothing, why does he run the Cowboys offense just as good or better than Dak? Just imagine if you draft a first round, second round quarterback to come in, what can he do?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of the whole point we've been trying to sell here. Then again, any quarterback that isn't a total fucking moron, doesn't suck out loud, can run this offense. And again, someone like Rush, who, yes, nobody's going to say Rush is Josh Allen. Again, we can't try to reiterate that point. I don't know why motherfuckers keep acting like it don't matter. But it kind of shows the point that if someone like Rush can have a winning record on this team, then there shouldn't be no excuses for that to not push
Right.
this team to a Super Bowl or
Right.
to a Super Bowl victory or two if he's already better than Rush by this point in time. And funny enough, when in contrast to how some people when we brought over George Pickens, you
Little
know,
Cowboys. Another Cowboys. Yeah.
All right. I know thank you, y'all. Appreciate the mods for getting that dude up out there. Hey, I ain't letting nobody up like that no more. If I ain't recognize your name or you ain't saying nothing right in the comments, I ain't even gonna let you up. So I appreciate y'all who handling that shit. Go ahead, Samuel. My bad.
no, I got you. But when they talk about the quarterback rankings and how they put Dak at 6 and how it kind of relates to what George Pickens is, that being better than any of the quarterbacks the Steelers had post Roethlisberger, yeah, it's not much of a flex. But anybody who could watch Pickens play realize that he's always had skills. That a man's a crash out, but he can make plays. They just had nobody to give him the ball. And some people act like Dak elevated him, but that's not the case. That's not even you said that's not even the case because if that was true, why? And that's true. Then all we had to do is look back 2018 and see, reach that stupid receiver by committee shit that they try to pull when we let Dez go. If that was so good playing with any receiver, we didn't need to bring in somebody like Amari Cooper then.
That's
We
right.
didn't need to get someone like CeeDee Lamb, first round receivers. George Pickens was a second round talent. Could have been first rounder now for his issues. But yeah, see, Pickens had a great year, but you could have put him in Kansas City with Mahomes. He could have easily replicated those numbers. Put him in playing with the Bills. He could, with Josh Allen, the Bills could do the same thing. Hell, put him even somewhere like fucking maybe Chicago with Caleb Williams. He'd probably at worst maybe be under short 1,000 yards. So it just kind of things that they try to, like I said, some of them trying to justify that idea, saying that Dak tries to elevate receivers, but the truth of the matter is, if that was true, we wouldn't need to trade it for Amari Cooper. We would never had to draft someone like CeeDee Lamb first round. Not saying you couldn't or shouldn't because of the best player available to take him, but but we can't go up there and try to act like he's basically something. If he's supposed to be better than Rush, we should have already won a championship or two already, but we haven't.
Right.
And Rush having a written record kind of proves that point.
I guarantee you.
Real quick, y'all. Let me get what's up, Corner. Let me get Corner up.
What's going on, you guys? How you guys doing?
Yes, sir.
What you got on this, man? I know you got to come with something.
Oh no, dude, I'm gonna piggyback on some of the stuff you guys said because y'all been talking facts. Whenever you talk to these the Dakota witnesses of the world, and they always bring up the defense, but yet they forget to bring up the stats. And when you guys mentioned the Brendan Aubrey stat, 155 attempts or let up our points, and that's like equivalent to 25 touchdowns. I said, damn. And then you still got a 1,200-yard rusher. You still got George P. out there. You still got CD out there. And we're doing that. 17 50-yard field goals. These are fresh stats that I've never heard. So the kudos to you guys on that. Now, I can't agree with is somebody said that we look like a championship caliber team with Cooper Rush out there. I can't get jiggy with that one, but everyone to each their own. But at the end of the day, there's a problem. That Dak's the best quarterback on the team right now. Take that for what it is, but
yeah,
he's never going to win anything. That's just the nature of it. He don't have dog in him. When he told, and I've been out on Dak since 2018, but when he told Trey Lance, we effing suck, that's not leadership. That exposed Dak Prescott for what we've been talking about him as. He's just there for the paycheck, and that's it.
So, right. Corner, you don't think in 2022 that the Cowboys offense and the team played like a championship team, Cooper Rush in there? You didn't have a feeling like we can win it all with him. Well, not all, but at least get to the championship game. You don't think Cooper Rush would have beat the 49ers in 2022?
No, not at all. I think the defense stepped up when you need him the most. Cooper Rush's numbers were not flashy. Look at Cooper Rush when we played the Eagles. Look at Cooper Rush when we played Baltimore.
You're speaking of top defenses that year. Well, look at Dak when he played top defenses.
I think I think we're giving to Cooper Rush too much credit, big dog. Way too much credit.
And you saying the defense played better because he wasn't going 3 and out. He wasn't turning with the ball. See, the quarterback does. See, the misconception, people say the quarterback don't play defense. I grew up playing football. Yes, the quarterback do play defense. The quarterback play every position on the field, basically. So when your quarterback is not going 3 and out and keeping you on the field, he's playing defense. So the defense is not tired, so they'll play better.
He was 58% completions. He had 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions with the 80 QBR, and he went 4-1. So I mean, that's game management stuff right there. That's nothing too flashy for me.
But okay, that's all you need is a game manager.
Let me interject a little bit. I hear you say flashy corner. Is that the expectation from Dak Prescott to be flashy? Because him being flashy or whatever, throwing the ball 35 plus times, that hasn't done nothing for the Cowboys.
Oh no.
So it's about being consistent and you know what I'm saying? Not flashy. I mean, what equates to a quarterback
when you have a good defense like we did in 2022? You don't need a flashy quarterback. You need a game manager. Dak Prescott is the definition of game manager. And Dak Prescott needs a running game. Dak Prescott needs a solid number 1 wide receiver. Dak Prescott excels in play action. All that stuff is Sam Darnold. All that stuff is Jalen Hurts. All that stuff is Dak Prescott. And that's literally what got Sam Darnold to his championship game. He rode the coattails of that deep, which is it's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing, but there was times where Sam Darnold looked like Sam Darnold last year, and there was times where all he had to be was a game manager, and he stepped up to the plate and was a game manager.
So is that about the mental fortitude of that individual quarterback? Because I believe
absolutely. Why not a bushy tail?
He could. But can I ask you a question?
Like those guys.
Can I ask you a question? Was that the same defense that Dak had against Tampa Bay that Cooper Rush had against the Bengals? Or did they switch defenses all of a sudden?
Well, it was the same defense for sure. But
so doesn't the quarterback play kind of make a difference in the defense and the running game?
Absolutely, but the whole point of the whole conversation that we're having here is where you said we were a championship caliber with Cooper Rush, and we weren't.
I said look like, felt like. Might not have been. But the feeling was with Cooper Rush, I felt like we can beat anybody. Even though we lost to the Eagles, we beat the Bengals when they was healthy. We beat the Rams when they was healthy.
Beat Tampa Bay when they was a playoff team too with Cooper Rush. I'm not saying I never looked at it. Cooper Rush running this team to be a championship caliber team. My thing is the level of his play where people call him trash. What the fuck does that say about Dak Prescott if he can do the same thing he did that Dak Prescott can do or sometimes couldn't do? Dak Prescott should have taken this team a lot farther and been more productive with the team, whereas we got a trash ass quarterback has pretty much played on his level.
Yep.
That's my thing with Cooper Rush. I'm not saying he was the best quarterback or all this, or we could have won a Super Bowl with him. My thing is, why does his play match a $60 million play? That's my thing when I bring up Cooper Rush versus Dak.
And sorry, just to kind of chime in here for a bit, when you bring back Sam Darnold, when you look at the second Seahawks-Rams game and the NFC Championship game, which I saw last year, yeah, Darnold led the league in turnovers last season. That's true. And in the playoffs, all of a sudden, he had 0. But we look at both those games when they played against the Rams, they were down in that second game when they were at home against the Rams. They were down 30-16 in the fourth quarter. Everybody else thought, oh, Rams got him. But all of a sudden, he came back, scored 30+. Then in the end, won in overtime. Then we saw in the NFC Championship game, Seahawks defense was good, but it didn't stop the Rams from putting up over 20 points on them. So what did Sam Darnold have to do? He had to put out over 20 points to kind of make it happen himself. But, and he kind of had to score points too, knowing the matchup and win. Does that eliminate the Seahawks' ability to play defense? No. But it shows the point that even Sam Darnold, despite his issues for the regular season, scored points when he had to beat the Rams, and lo and behold. And in the Super Bowl, yes, he didn't put up gaudy numbers, but he made some of his throws count when he had to. Just like Kenneth Walker and the defense do their thing. And what to look at a contrast, look at Houston. Houston can play defense, but what fucked them up was CJ Stroud and the offense couldn't do a damn thing. So, and it kind of, and again, it kind of shows that situations, again, as I repeated before, situations are always going to change. You never guarantee a perfect situation, no matter what good of a team you have. And again, Houston should have taught us you can play defense, but if you can't score points, you're not going to win games. And that's kind of the issues we want to see out of Dak is that in some games you want him to win, taking his time, make the plays you're supposed to make as a game manager. But if you're going to need to score to win, you're going to have to do that, especially in the playoffs. And as we saw in the playoffs, he fucked up and couldn't do it. So that makes us, and that kind of makes us think, what's the difference between him and Stroud, other than saying people saying that, oh, if he had a defense like the Texans, I'm like, the Texans tell Will Anderson, how I felt that his own quarterback, Stroud can't fucking put up more than 16 points. He would rather have a quarterback and actually score to help their defense out of win. If Houston had a good had their offense working, they would have been in the Super Bowl. But again, you can't, as I say, offense. Yeah, no matter how good your offense is, you're going to need to stop somebody. But no matter how good your defense is, you need your offense to help you put up points. If you can't score points, you can't win. No matter how good you stop in somebody, but if you can't score, you can't win. That's just the basic fact of the game.
What are you going to change about the offense? What you got, bro? I see you with your Dallas helmet on there. Unmute yourself. What are you going to do to change about the offense? You ain't got nothing to say, man. On my mods, get him off here. I might have to drop him. You listening, bro? Don't worry about it. Go ahead, Corn. I felt like you had something to say about that.
No. The Texans are the Texans. The Texans' problems are the Texans' problem. I just don't understand why Schottenheimer agreed to not changing anything on the offense. I mean, the only thing that we got different is we got left tackle competition. And is it really a competition? Because Nate Thomas wasn't as good as we thought he was going to be when he had to fill in for tap out Guyton. But I feel like I feel like this offense is going to get stalled out unless they come out with some different scheme stuff, some different route tree things, change the cadence a little bit. I think we're playing playoff caliber teams. I mean, the Ravens, Texans, Bucks, Packers, Eagles, 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, Jaguars. Those are all playoff caliber teams. And we know Dak Prescott's record against it, and it's really going to hurt if you lose all them damn games. But I feel like you should have addressed your tackle position better, whether that's getting Steele out of here and replacing that, or whether that's getting a true left tackle in here. I would rather go get Tyron Smith out of retirement than to have Tyler Guyton or Nate Thomas play left tackle.
Well, damn. Shit. So that position ain't looking too good from your perspective.
Not at all. Not at
all. Protect Dak Prescott too.
Oh yeah, no, he's going in with no protection. He's going in raw. He's going to have his third child.
So let me ask you this then, Corner. Does that come down to coaching and preparation, knowing they're limited at that position and what Schottenheimer really can do and show us him being a head coach?
Absolutely. I mean, they did draft Drew Shelton, but I mean, he was okay at Penn State, but this is the NFL. He has a lot of technique to work on. And, when I talked to Zach Wolchek, 105.3 The Fan and Global Crown Media, and he was telling me they were looking at him at left tackle. That only lasts a week. He went right back to right tackle. So he ain't a left tackle guy.
So they drafted a supposed left tackle and then moving to right tackle. So we back at square one. We're trying to protect that blind side.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll get more looks at training camp, but the Cowboys did not like him at left side.
So that's
why he's not. That's why his name didn't get brought up in the competition.
So we need an all-pro left tackle.
Yeah, we're still trying to find Tyron Smith's replacement.
That's telling me too. We need to run the ball a lot more this season. Then we should be in less passing situations since we haven't corrected that left tackle position.
Now, if you run the ball, you better run it between Booker and Steele because Steele is a good run defender. Guyton's
Yeah.
neither one of them, you know. So I mean, I give the edge to Steele. That's better than Nate Thomas and Tyler Guyton. But like I said, if Tyler Smith could come out of retirement, I wouldn't be mad.
But you can run between Tyler Smith and Booker.
Well, they're well. I'm not a big fan of Cooper Beebe.
So
I mean, that's what I meant, BB. Yeah, you can't. So you can't run between BB and Tyler.
You ain't talking about running the A gap or the B gap.
Just run it right over there. I mean, I'm sure you can, but you're going to get 3 yards versus maybe 4, maybe 5 on the other side. But and you know, I the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, they're betting, right? They're betting that this competition helps either one. They're betting that Jadon Blue has matured. They're betting on Ryan Flournoy that he can duplicate what he did and grow on that. And maybe that's why they felt like they didn't need to do anything. But that's a big. I mean, those are 3 big what ifs to help your team. And then they didn't take backup quarterback seriously. I'm not a big Sam Howell fan. I'm not a big Joe Milton fan. I mean, if Dak Prescott goes down, you don't have a Cooper Rush type backup back there.
But do you think they can actually get a true legitimate backup behind Dak without him looking over his shoulders, or fans like me saying
Dak to look over his shoulder? I wanted Tony Romo to look over his shoulder. Jerry Jones don't let them do that, and that's what destroys this team.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think they will ever get a true good number 2 quarterback because Dak will have to look over his shoulder.
and sorry, Naveen, but funny, ironically enough, that's kind of where it is at this point, especially when you talk about the backup, position. I was thinking to myself, they could have took any one of them dudes, like hell, just took a shot like fucking Nussmeier, something like that. You can't even do fucking worse than that. But then again, I realized that somehow, some way, if any one of those dudes found a way, and to happen at that, somehow one of them dudes found a way to, at least even if the team was losing, at least the team, they showed that they can be something, could do something. Yeah, it's going to create quarterback controversy because ironically, Jerry wants controversy, but he wants controversy for attention, but he doesn't want controversy at the quarterback position. Although he could easily just happen because all you had to do is get a quarterback that isn't a total moron or doesn't suck out loud, and they can run this offense just fine, and the team's winning because of the new guy. Then of course it's going to create news regardless because it's the Cowboys, and anybody in the new guy can easily blow up and become the next big thing. And now you create it. Now you go all of a sudden got Dak fucked up. But then again, that's a personal issue if Dak can't handle that situation. And as we've seen time and time again, just playing, he couldn't. So I could just imagine if somebody else came in, run this offense, and they're scoring points, and they're finding a way to win, everybody else is going to be basically, already confirmed that, well, no, Dak isn't really all that special. Somebody else could come in and pretty much do the same thing that he could, or maybe be better than he can, even with all the other shit going on with the team.
Dak is approaching the age of where the Dallas Cowboys, where Romo was when the Dallas Cowboys were looking at Paxton Lynch and Cook, and then they winded up drafting Dak Prescott in that 4th round in that draft. And Dak is now approaching that age, and we do have a new head coach in Schottenheimer. Let's say Schottenheimer wins 10 games, right? I think Schottenheimer stays. But as a new head coach for a team, when do you get to get your guy? When do you, like Jason Garrett waited a long time to try to replace Romo. He was the head coach in 2011, then went all the way up to replaced in 2010. So he went 5 years until he wanted to find a replacement for Romo. And Paxton Lynch was their guy, so to speak. But when does Schottenheimer do it? Schottenheimer should have done it ASAP, in my opinion. I mean, look what the Rams just did. Drafting the Ty Simpson. Even with Matthew Stafford there. The head coach was pissed off. Sean McVay was mad. But the general manager knows what to do. It's time for Schottenheimer to let Dak look over his shoulders and bring his own guy in. Head coaches do that all the time, and it's time for Schottenheimer to do it too.
And just to jump in, yeah, I even said in the last podcast, in the last show, that when the 2027 quarterback class is supposed to be a bit better than this current class, not just because of the names that are there, but there are going to be a lot of prospects that are going to be available. Some of them, we don't know how many quarterbacks are going to be drafted, 4 or 5. There could be some in the second or even the third round that could be capable starters or can be, or either are, starter level or can be capable of developing the starter levels, if given a chance to do, to grow and prosper. So it does put the onus on, like, in Schottenheimer to let him see if he can go up there and run a quarterback. Because I mentioned that, maybe Schottenheimer could do better if he had someone like that wasn't Dak. Like, let's give him a Joe Burrow. Or maybe he can find a quarterback that's as good as Joe Burrow, and maybe he can succeed because he couldn't find a way to make him work with Dak. But he found another quarterback that's actually better than that can elevate the team and push them to win. So maybe Schottenheimer could probably be better with another quarterback than Prescott. But then it's also possible that it wouldn't matter what quarterback you give him. If he sucks as a coach, then get his ass out of there and we get somebody else who can actually run this team, coach this team a lot better, and they can pick their own players, including their own quarterback. And they can actually, make this thing, get it, make it actually hope for improvements. But the only way they test that theory out is they gotta actually start taking the quarterback business seriously and actually make an effort to draft somebody first, second, or third round. Like, you can find someone in the second, third round. Like, shit, Russell Wilson was a third rounder in 2012, and out of that group, he's the only one that has a Super Bowl ring. Shit happens like that all the time in the NFL. If the Cowboys have something like that, and we kept Dak around, he was a fourth rounder. Romo in his career as an undrafted free agent. Fucking Kurt Warner, same thing, undrafted free agent. Man got his own move and everything. So that shit happens all the time in the NFL. They got to at least make an attempt to do so.
So Caitlin said Matthew Stafford's retiring, not Dak. But Dak Prescott has a contract coming up. Are you going to renew that contract, Caitlin? If you're willing to renew that contract, Dak will be 34, 35 years old. And you're willing to renew that at the market value of still $60 million APY. And it could be more than that. Just because Pat Mahomes is getting 65 now. And Jerry loves to overpay. Abs, don't renew that contract. Do not do it. Schottenheimer, if he sticks around, he needs to be able to draft his guy. But hey, JB, I appreciate you sending the link, sharing it with me. Appreciate talking ball with all you guys.
Sure. Let's go see you, sir.
If Dak Prescott, Caitlin, gets extended, we will be going on 35 years of no Super Bowl. And it's going to be fans like yours' fault. So, reap what you sow.
Appreciate your corner.
Yes, sir. You have a good night, sir.
You too.
All right, good night, corner. You say reap what you sow.
Yeah, man. Bottom line. And this fans like, I'm sorry, Catlin. It's fans that, support your narrative about that Prescott. That's why we're going to end up with that situation. It's befuddling to me that the expectations as Lord for this team with this guy at quarterback. It's not about Super Bowls. It's about stats with him and making him look good. But he's not the team. He's not the Dallas Cowboys. He's Dak Prescott, who plays for the Dallas Cowboys. So why do his stats override Super Bowl victories? Anybody in the chat? Anybody on the panel want to answer that question for me? Why does Dak Prescott's stats override Super Bowl victories?
That's all they care about is his stats. It's just hype him up, his stats. They look at him. They talk about Jalen Hurts stats. They even downplay Troy Aikman because his stats and say Dak got better stats. Dak is a better quarterback. Man, they say Dak is a better quarterback than Troy Aikman because his stats. Troy Aikman had a stacked team.
They said Troy Aikman was carried to the Super Bowl victory. It
Well,
said he
why
was
can't Dak be Curry?
because he can't do what Troy Aikman did. Not make mistakes, make throws when the throws need to be made, be a commander of the offense, be a leader, calling out the defense, the coaches, and the offense. The mental fortitude. Dak just don't have it, and it always go
Mm-hmm.
back to Dak Prescott's mental fortitude when the pressure is at its most. And this guy said pressure is privilege. You
Mm-hmm.
say pressure is privilege, mean you welcome the pressure because you feel like you have enough confidence in your play within yourself that you could overcome that pressure. But what has he shown us when the pressure is at its most? The very
Fumbles,
opposite.
choke.
Mm-hmm.
The sport. What's up, man?
What's up, man? I didn't know if you guys were winding it down for the night, but I try to sneak on here and see what
Go
y'all are
ahead,
talking
man.
about.
What's up?
It's a
What's
good
up, guys?
live. Everybody got saying good things, having good, back and forth, different, shit. Let's keep it going. Shit.
Yeah, why not? It's a slow part of the year, right? I mean, camp's starting in about a week and a half, right? So,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you what, Dak, he's a great businessman. I think he has a future in either business or politics. I'm telling you, one or the other. He's gonna do some great stuff. He already does the charity stuff, the faith fight finish bullshit.
Yeah.
And he's already getting started, man. He knows he's ready for when the Cowboys' career winds down. He's got something set up right after that. So, as bad as he's been in the playoffs, he's a hell of a businessman, and I'll give the man his flowers for that. But that's shit. But,
Yeah. And I made a video about this sport that when Jerry extended him in 2024, that day of the Browns game, I said that was a business deal. That was not about winning Super Bowls.
Yep.
Straight up business.
Yep. He sells jerseys. And I think the Cowboys fear the unknown at quarterback, right? They haven't really had to invest a first-round pick since Steve Walsh in the supplemental draft in, I think it was 90 or 89, one of those years. So, and then before that, Aikman, obviously, in 89. So they just don't know how to do it. They haven't done it in a long time. They lucked into Romo, undrafted guy. Dak, say what you want, value, fourth-round pick. Yeah, it's hard to find a 10, 11-year starter in the fourth round at quarterback, whether he's deserving of it or not. But they just haven't done it in a long time. Their scouts haven't had to dedicate looking at quarterback in a serious way in a long time. So I think they fear the unknown in that regard. But at some point, they have to do it because in today's NFL, you have to win by getting those quarterbacks in the first round. You don't see a lot of mid-round quarterbacks hitting anymore, right? I would love to see a guy like Tyler Shuck come in here. Get a guy in like the late first round that you think has some really good potential, and just to get some optimism from the fan base, from this part of the fan base at least, that kind of sees what Dak is and what he is to come in the next 3-4 years. So it's a pessimistic time to be a Cowboys fan, I think. And you're seeing a lot of these content creators try to build up things with Christian Parker, and they always find something to get excited, get clicks. You're getting clicks, but other than I think it's going to be a long year. This third straight year without the playoffs, I think, is on the horizon.
Just to jump in, yeah, more or less, he's got a point there. So what threw me off was really on that 2024 year. I just found out from my friend who's also a Cowboys fan that said that. I'm like, what the fuck? And I honestly thought that they weren't gonna give him that contract. I thought they were gonna let him have to actually make up for what happened and that fucked up historic playoff loss. And if he has to once play that, he wants to get money like that, he's gonna have to actually do something about it. Problem is, he did. And it didn't matter. He went 3-5 all of a sudden. The moment they gave him that money before the Browns game, then he fucking went 3-5 and then gone for the year. I was like, they should have just fucking let him go around 2020. I've been said that for the longest, but and then as we said before, they're gonna have to eventually cross that Rubicon sooner or later. I don't know why I said that again, but they're gonna have to go for that sooner or later anyway, because he keeps you around and sells jerseys, but but they still haven't won anything winning. You try to big this dude up. And as I say, some of these people who big this dude up for the longest, I always say kind of maybe on some, call me crazy, on some level, didn't like, how his predecessor, they've been wanting him out for the longest time. Even, his predecessor, Romo, didn't win a Super Bowl. But if you look at the entirety of everything else, you could blame Jerry, blame Garrett, you can blame a bunch of shit other than him for not winning. But yeah, he didn't win in the end. But I explain those scenarios a lot more than when Dak compared to Dak now, who's had multiple Pro Bowlers and more Pro Bowl players. Functional defense is at least functional enough to have a chance to win. If you're supposed to be better than than the last guy, you should have already fucking prove it with a couple of Super Bowl rings right now. And nobody in this fan base and the people in this fan base who were skeptical about him wouldn't be pissed with him and wouldn't want him gone. You would have actually proved it, but he didn't. So at this point in time, we're just kind of everyone's just kind of just wasted. It just it's just kind of just time wasted in the process. Try to like I said, barring a miracle of God that the Cowboys find a way to make a Super Bowl run count. They're gonna have to actually do something about it. Then that's when eventually you're gonna have to need somebody who can, because as we saw with the Rams, they took Ty Simpson. They could have took another defender. They could have took another offensive player. They could have took another defender of their defense out. They could have. Yeah, McVay was mad, but eventually, again, Stafford, while he's been winning, he's 38. Sooner or later, he's gonna have to call a career go home. So they're gonna have to try and get ahead of it while they can. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least you can see why they did it and try to get ahead of the change. And they're gonna have to have another backup in case another plan says Simpson doesn't work out. If he does, he does. Then they still keep rolling. That's what the Cowboys gonna have to do with Dak. And plus, you're talking about paying 60, 75 million, 80 million. No, he already was too much at 6. He wasn't worth it at 50, 40, 50. He wasn't worth it at 60 million. Why would you want to pay him more than Mahomes? So last my check, even with the down year he had with the Chiefs and where they've been kind of declined, still has 3 rings. Why in the world we pay him more than Mahomes, who last my check still has 3 rings? And that's the issue that makes me irritated, dealing with the situation.
Hey, Jonathan, what's up, man? What's up, Catlin? Jonathan, I gotta hear what you're saying, Jonathan. You unmuted.
I'm on mute.
No, you good.
I'm good. Okay.
This is Jonathan. Oh, OG.
Yeah. What's up?
How you doing?
So you come with a new name? All right. Hey, Catlin, let me hear what Catlin got to say. Since this is the first time I've seen Catlin jump up on here.
How's it going?
It's going good, man. Now you confirm that you're not a woman. It's a male voice.
Yeah, definitely a man. Definitely.
Go ahead. What you got now? You you be in the chat. I know you be in the chat. So now speak your mind now. So everybody can get live.
Dax elite. Period.
Elite of what?
Why is that, Catlin?
Why is that? Just look at the numbers.
Now you've been on my live when I talked about do numbers make you elite. Now you still on that?
Did they make Dan Marino elite?
Did Dan Marino go?
Dan Marino's elite, is he not?
It's how Dan Marino did it. It's not because his numbers. It's what he did to get those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Dan Marino's numbers doesn't make him elite. It's what he did to get those numbers.
So is Josh Allen elite?
Are you asking that question seriously?
I can't.
Yeah, he just got numbers too, right?
I can't do this, JB.
Yeah.
Same with Lamar Jackson.
Alan, you might have to stay in the chat because this.
I can't. I can't do this. I can't do this character shit, man.
Oh man,
I can't do it.
Marino went to 4 conference championships. He
Right.
actually went to a Super Bowl.
Right.
I think Dak would get less slack if he actually played well playoff games, right? Like if he got into shootouts, and actually wasn't the glaring main reason why they lost, I think he would get less slack. Like if he goes to a divisional game and they lose 38-35, and it's like, okay, he did everything he could, but he's not competitive in these games, right? It's like we're watching the games and we're like, this is the playoffs, right? This is win or go home, and it looks like it's a preseason game. You're just sleepwalking. Like, so he would get less slack if, number one, if he actually made it to a conference championship game, and he actually was competitive in these playoff games, like in the Niners Packers game. It's really the last three, I think, is where fans have really soured on him.
Let me tell you a true winner. And when people say they wish Jerry was like Howie Roseman, you know, in 2022, the Eagles told Jalen Hurts, you get it done, or we got 2 first-round picks, and we're going to draft another quarterback. What did Jalen Hurts do? Get to the Super Bowl. He was on the way out the door. They told him, I'm going to give you A.J. Brown. You got enough. We giving you everything you need. If you don't get us to a Super Bowl, you are out the door. We got 2 first-round picks. Jalen got to a Super Bowl. They turned those picks into defensive players to build a defense. Could Jerry Jones, with these fans, do the same thing that Howie Roseman did to Jalen Hurts? And would Dak respond like Jalen Hurts? So when these Cowboys always talk about the Eagles and what Jalen got and how we do what he do, can y'all withstand that rain like New Edition say? What if Jerry Jones tells Dak that same thing? I gave you everything. I got 2 first-round picks. If you don't get it done, you are out of here. What would the Dak fanboys do? They would cry fit. They would call it racism. They would call Jerry would have to draft a black quarterback for one.
Yeah.
But the point is, Jalen is a winner. He had his back against the wall, and he said, okay, I got you. I got you. And I'm going to have one of the best Super Bowl performances of any quarterback in NFL history, and you can't blame this loss on me.
Bro.
Yeah. And just
it's nuts hanging in that Super Bowl, bro. Straight up.
And to be fair, I'll admit that and seeing Hurts in both of those Super Bowl performances against the Chiefs, especially 57, I wouldn't call Hurts like the greatest passer on the planet, you know, despite what he has. But I will admit to this: that Super Bowl 57 performance, he did what he had to do in that, and obviously in Super Bowl 59, 57, and 59. Wallace did the same thing because it was obvious the Chiefs were going to stop Saquon and not let him run over because in the year he had during that time. But you know they made sure Saquon didn't get 100 and basically first beat him throwing. Then he did what he had to do, and I was in that in Super Bowl 57. He did put up about 35 points. Granted, the fumble he had didn't help, but even then he tried to, at least you could say, make up for it. The Chiefs just got it together and started putting up, Mahomes and Reed and Chiefs just got to get it offensively, put it together and, start scoring. And, they did what they had to do to get back into the game. And obviously the Eagles defense just got dumb down the stretch and were able to let the Chiefs back in. But even I would say, Hurts, you could say, even I would say Hurts did what he had to do, even though I say he ain't the greatest passer on the planet. But I would say he did what he had to do to get those, to perform the way he did. So, and sadly enough, I would say in that, sadly enough, thinking if Dak would at least had that type of performance, and somehow, actually had that type of performance in the playoffs, it would at least gotten to that spot to at least make it happen. I think none of us would be on the panel would be pissed, or we come away with a win like that, then nobody will be complaining. But here we are.
And to piggyback off that, Dak had those chances. Because when he played the Rams in 2018, the Rams said, we're going to stop Zeke, make Dak beat us. What did Dak do? The only thing Dak fans say, well, we ain't had no run game. Well, the Rams said that. They said that I'm going to stop Zeke and make Dak beat us. And Zeke still had a good enough game.
Exactly, and there you go. And that kind of proves my point when I brought up the point about that 2018 Rams defense that they gave up 6 games. They went through about 6 games, 7 games where they gave up 30 plus points, including that Monday Night Chiefs game where they were scoring a damn near basketball game. You think it was the Lakers out there playing somebody scoring that many points, but that defense was minimal. It had prime Aaron Donald. How the hell they didn't have nobody there other than Aaron Donald? How the hell did we can only muster no more than 13 points against the middling Rams defense? Of course, they were going to key in to stop Zeke. They'd be stupid if they didn't do it. But that's on your quarterback that had to make those throws count and try to put the points and make it count to make that game, at least close enough where maybe they held control of the clock and were able to get touchdowns. Maybe it gives the defense a chance, and maybe they can find a way. The momentum maybe gives them a chance to finally pull off a stop. If they do that, who knows? You get the ball back, you get a chance to win the game. If you pull it off, you're a hero. But he couldn't do it. And then defense has to take the rap for it. But if it's a team game, then okay, be mad at the defense are going to run over the way they did. But blame the offense for not being able to get it together and score points on a Midland Rams defense. Again, as I said before, Houston, you can stop people all you want, but if you can't score points, you can't win, especially in the playoffs.
OG, what you got, man?
Oh, they won't shit. They ain't gonna bring her long. I'm gonna hang out with the girly. Man, I like how people get on here, man, and they don't understand. The reality of it is they want the shit to work so bad, so fucking bad with him, like so bad. They get up on Sunday mornings. Oh, we're gonna win. Oh, we're gonna do this. We've been down this road for 11 fucking years, and for them to come out here and 9 more days and tell us that we're gonna go to Super Bowl. We fixed all the problems in 2025. They done rolled over to 2026 with this quarterback, man. And it's gonna be the same old shit. You done brought a new defensive coordinator in here to try to fix the problems on defense, man. And he gonna roll out there, man. No preseason, bomb fucking inflammation in his leg. Hey, look, man, injuries does not. You can't outbeat injuries. You got problems with your body. You're gonna continue to get thrown out to the ground. You're gonna continue to get beat on. Offensive line is not that good. Terrence Steele, you gotta do something about him. Get him out of here. And you're gonna continue to put the pressure on him. And this schedule is brutal as fuck. And when this competition this year is worse than it was last year. So people can get on here, man. They can praise the offense all they want to, man. But just you can lie to me all you want. Just keep lying. Just keep lying to me. But I'm not gonna believe it. I'm not gonna believe until I see it. I'm not gonna believe until I see you can beat at least 8 playoff teams in 2026. Now, I might slap myself in the face for saying that they're gonna win 10 games. I don't know, but I think I may be wrong on that if they can't fix these penalties and these issues with the offense and a not so good quarterback. I mean, did they draft anybody coming here to groom? No, they did not. Are we gonna have problems on that? Yes. Do I believe in Sam Howell? I don't know, but Joe Milton, no. But we have not groomed anybody coming here to be replacing behind him. And you know what? We got fooled. We got fooled by this no trade clause. We got fooled by this contract, and it's gonna play its way out. I keep telling everybody, just wait, that time, figure this thing out, and it's gonna show you. It's gonna show you what it's gonna show you. Okay, we were fooled. Hey, look, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna say, hey man, look, I told y'all last year. I told you in 27. I'm coming into in 27. Look, we didn't make it to the playoffs, and we'll find out though. I mean, you come out here on training camp and then you try to say, okay, well, let's see what we get you on. If Christian Parker is stepping up on his defense and we're looking good on defense. What can Dak outbeat us? Are they gonna show the clips? They're gonna show you the highlights and everything looking good on training camp. But see, I don't like going back to the past to talk about old games. I mean, like years ago, because I'm about relevancy, and I respect what everybody's saying, but I like the reality of it is 11 years, and everybody says stat this, stat that. No, 11 years, bro. And you on 11 years, you in what 8 more months, you'll be on 12 years, and counting with this contract. So I thought it was a dumb business move on him. He's going to try to come out and sell you Dak Prescott this year and next year. He's going to try to sell his ass off. He needs to sell. He needs not to try to be wrong on what he's done. He done brought this team a lot of fucking. He set us back like 3 or 4 years with Dak Prescott, money wise, fixing defense. He done set us back. And what I said was, I like how these guys come out here and campaign for Dak. All the Dak lovers. Hey, keep the energy up. Campaigning for him, and it is what it is. It's gonna show us. It's gonna show his face, but it is what it is, man. I almost want to slap myself in the mouth for saying that we're gonna go 10-7. I may sound. I don't know. I thought I could say that we're gonna be good, but I don't know. Would I like for us to go 10-7? Yes, I would love for us to go 10-7. I would love that. I would love the playoffs. Can they fix that? I don't know, but it has been shown. It has been shown that. So, and throughout time, they just put themselves in a bad position with the quarterback position behind him to replace him. But we'll find out where we can go moving forward. But I'm all over the place, man. But I like the energy though. I like the show. And yeah, man, I don't got too much, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate your thoughts, man. Because it's boiling down to me what it's looking like: the coaching decisions and the play of the quarterback, regardless of what the defense gonna be. Because all the money is on the side of the offense, and that to me, if you're gonna put all your money on the side of the offense, then that offense got to be responsible for the majority of the W. And it's questionable about why we didn't do nothing. We lacking an offensive line. What's been spoken earlier was the left tackle position. So, will the offense, led by this quarterback and his head coach, be the difference, regardless of the defense? I'm hoping the defense will be good, but when it boils down to it, it's coming back to the quarterback and the coach of this most expensive offense that's on this damn Cowboys team. So anybody, I'm gonna give y'all last thoughts. I'm gonna get up out of here. The sport, what you got, man?
Yeah, man. Y'all were talking about just backup quarterback and nobody behind Prescott at this point. And you know what? At this point in Dak's career, I would rather not have a legit backup quarterback behind him, because if he does get hurt, and he's shown every other year to have some sort of a serious injury, I'd rather have nobody behind him. Then we can kind of just get a 3 or 4 win season, and that would make Jerry maybe a little bit enticed to look at that quarterback class if you get in the top 10, right? Especially with Prescott's contract. Every year that goes by, he gets closer to having to make a decision about him. So obviously you can't do that when you first re-sign him, right? Like after 2024, Jerry's not thinking, quarterback maybe in the first round if we have some serious injuries. But now where Dak's like, okay, 2 more years. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I got my mic on.
Oh, you're good. No, I was just saying. So now he might be thinking about it a little bit. Remember back to 2014 when Romo was coming off of a few back-to-back 8-8 seasons. Johnny Manziel was there. Jerry was getting that itch. Do we get the flamboyant quarterback that can kind of reset things after Romo retires? So maybe he's thinking that with Dak a little bit. If they have a bad year where he gets hurt and then you win 3 or 4 games, because the Jets are going to get your better first-round pick next year, right? So if you're just bad record-wise, you might be right behind them, depending on where the Jets pick. So that's my thought. I'd rather just keep Milton, keep a bad quarterback behind him, because if he goes down, I mean, with Prescott, with how bad the defense was last year and how inconsistent the offense was, still won 7 games. So like if Dak goes down, you're probably going to get somewhere in that 3-win range, maybe 4 wins. I'll take that, especially in a quarterback class next year that's looking pretty good. So you might be able to grab a guy, in the top 10, top 15. I'd rather do that than just grab another pass rusher or grab a tackle or something like that. Like if your guy's there and you like him, like why get him, man? Like, and you might only have a year or 2 left of Dak. So that's my thoughts. I mean, this season just kind of a wash for me, man, because if they do end up sneaking into the playoffs, winning 9 or 10 games, and I could see this division kind of beating up on each other a little bit more with the Giants maybe being a little bit better. So I could see the winner of the East winning 9 or 10 games, to be honest. But you're kind of just delaying the inevitable, because when you get in the playoffs and you have a coach like Schottenheimer going up against a Shanahan or McVay or McDonald, whoever it is, you're not going to win that game. Yeah, he's not going to outcoach anybody in the playoffs. So it's like we're just delaying the inevitable. Just that we're kind of treading water these next few years with Dak and Schottenheimer, kind of waiting for a full reset, rebuild type situation with a new quarterback, new coach. It sucks we have to kind of sit through this with every year being so precious as a fan, especially when you get in your 40s. You're like, all right, am I going to see this again? Am I going to see those glory years again? So yeah, exactly. So that's kind of where I'm at. Pretty pessimistic. I'm not a pessimistic person. It's just I'm a skeptic. The team has made me very skeptical about the decisions they've made. I'm skeptical about Dak Prescott because of what he's shown over an 11-year career. The data and the evidence is there. So it's not just I'm being pessimistic. It's just that's what the evidence has shown us, and that's what we have to go on, right? I'm not going to just be a blind faith type guy and say, well, maybe this is the year. It's just the evidence has not shown us that. So until they show us, I'm not going to believe it.
Exactly. All right, Samuel, what you got, man?
More or less agree on what the rest what the others are saying, especially when you talk about the overall composition of the team. I guess you could say not just at quarterback, because obviously we're gonna, again, as brought up when I said last time, what we're gonna do at receiver. Once if we're not gonna keep Pickens around, we're gonna have to do something at receiver. We need to figure out what we're gonna do. Like I said, some way we had to hope Guyton can stay healthy and at least improve and can be functional left tackle. He doesn't have to be Tyron Smith. Just be good, just be decent, and I think it'll be fine. But if he can't do that, then we're gonna have to go circle around. Well, shit. Now we're gonna have to first fix left tackle, and obviously the defense. Even if we get something of a bump on defense, same thing. We had the whole bonus like Ezra Raku, Lawrence, Caleb Downs, and the others, getting together. So even if we get proven from that area, it never hurts to maybe have, another bona fide, a couple other, talented players to help push this group to perhaps, be legit, like another pass rusher, another good corner, and then obviously another decent defensive tackle to help make Christian Parker's defense work. And that's my fear, is that if this defense doesn't magically become doomsday, or even, the 90s Cowboys defense, they're going to try to, throw this man out of town just because, again, defense, will have some good games. This group's going to have some good games. There's going to have some bad games. But if this defense doesn't magically become doomsday, they're going to throw him out of town and want somebody else in just because, in a scenario where Dak has to do something and he fails, who are you going to blame? Defense. But then when it comes down to, again, and the same thing with Schottenheimer, like I said, if there's another quarterback he could do better with, let him go out there and try to get his own quarterback. If he finds just to maybe win 10 games, get a playoffs, because the one thing is, we know the bar for Schottenheimer is low. If he doesn't do shit, he's going to end up having to lose his job anyway. The only thing he has to do is just beat expectations. Find a way to win 10 plus wins, get in the playoffs. Okay, you're in. Find a way to win a playoff game. Maybe you might change minds. Maybe you get to that somehow, make them push to the NFC Championship game for the first time for 30 years with the team. Okay, even if you don't get to a Super Bowl, you at least defy expectations there. Get to the Super Bowl somehow, again, you defy expectations there. Because we already figured it's going to be sink or swim for him regardless. But when it comes down to the ultimate issue of Dak, sooner or later, again, he's already going to eventually get too expensive to keep around. Like, just, even if you're talking about somehow we end up in the 15s or 20s, like, there's a lot of quarterback prospects that could possibly be had. Even if you're talking about 10, 15, and 20. They're good. they could take all you had to do is look back in 1983 when you saw Dan Marino, of all people, in the same class as John Elway and a few others, drop all the way down to 27. Who would have who even back in 1983 when Marino was hyped up, all of a sudden didn't land in number one during that time, and all of a sudden the Dolphins got him at 27 of all spots. So if this quarterback class is good, we could find somebody even well, obviously you hope top 10, but if this quarterback class is good, you can find prospects even somewhere between 10, 20, maybe no worse than that. If because not every team is going to need a quarterback. Some are, but not everybody, since they're going to stick with what they got and what they want. And I just think if the Cowboys are so smart, they had to basically cover their bases, first, second, third, or even just, fourth round. Because again, you never fucking know. We kept Dak around as a fourth rounder for 10 years. The only person who can say out of that spot is Kirk Cousins. Imagine that. He outlasted RG3, who was a first rounder. Imagine that. Then you all of a sudden, like I said, Russell Wilson was a third rounder, but he still found a way to win a Super Bowl. We know someone like Brady is an anomaly of anomalies, achieving the success he has. And his predecessor was undrafted free agent who still made an NFL career as a Cowboys quarterback for Romo. So that they have to take that spot seriously. They had to take everything on this roster seriously, not just now, but into the future, especially at quarterback. Because at the end of the day, unless, like I said, after God that Dak and the Cowboys get to a Super Bowl, they're going to have to cross that line and just accept that, and they let him go against somebody else who can't elevate this team. If somebody else new can elevate this team and finally get them championships, then that's what's going to have to matter in the end. Then they're going to have to just deal with it, accept it and have to roll with it, regardless of what, Dak feels.
Yeah, but I think it's if we too worried about how these players feel, man, and you made a good point right there with that, just that point right there. It's about how players feel in relationships when this is a business. That delusion, what you got to end your thing off with this, man?
Yeah, the defense is going to be better. They might be around 20, but it don't matter how good defense is because we had good defenses. Both of the defenses held San Fran to 16 points without Dak turnovers. Without Dak turnovers, the Green Bay game would have been 14-7 at worst going into halftime. So as long as we have Dak as the quarterback, this team is not going nowhere. It's going to be fools go offense, padded stats, garbage time stats, and height. And they're going to keep blaming the defense. They're going to keep blaming somebody else. So it's not going to change. And Schottenheimer is not going to do anything because Schottenheimer is the Dak pick. Schottenheimer is only the reason he's the coach is because of Dak. Until Jerry Jones, only blame I give Jerry is for keeping Dak and keeping these sad coaches. Until Jerry Jones get a real coach in here that got the Kuhanas to bench Dak and say he's not the guy. And I'm going to tell you, Jerry, he's not the guy. We're not going to win nothing. And I even think McCarthy was kind of on that way to saying that. Because after he gave it, I'm going to do it Dak way in 2023, he was like, Dak ain't get it done. So McCarthy probably was about ready to get rid of Dak. So until we change that quarterback, like you always say, the cancer in the Cowboys organization, we're not going to win nothing. He depletes the team. He deflates the team. They play good for a while, and then they look deflated after he starts throwing his interceptions. Here we go again. So there's nothing going to change. I got us going 8-9 and 9-8 at best. And that's a high grade.
Shit, you got them better than me. I'm talking about 7
That,
wins, 7-10. Yeah. And I think the bottom line to me, what I'm seeing and hearing from you guys is competition at quarterback is key. And what I've been saying also, the culture of this team will not change until the quarterback is gone. This particular quarterback at this time. And that's going back to what everybody's been saying, that we need to draft a quarterback high at some point, really ASAP, to push this quarterback, to push this team, to give it a new voice, a change. You never know what happens with change. Why? I don't understand. And what the question that's been asked is, and I ask it too, why are the Cowboys so fear of change at the quarterback position with Dak Prescott. All these teams don't give a fuck. They're gonna change that quarterback out if they feel like he's not getting it done. So what is the love affair that's continuously holding us back with this quarterback? Like, I mean, this is a business, bro. Like, maybe we on the wrong side of the business scale as growing money for the organization, but not on the other side where money don't matter. Where we need to find a quarterback that's going to uplift this team, period, or just change the culture of it. Like, that's where I'm stuck at. That's where I've been on, and that's why I say that Dak Prescott is the cancer to this team, man, because he affects us in so many different ways that's negative. It's negative. So I'm gonna end with that, and I appreciate y'all. Damn, I've been on here for 3.5 hours. Appreciate you, the sport, Dak Delusional, Semio, everybody in the chat. Yes, old school. I appreciate you for dropping in and getting back out. But yeah, I appreciate everybody. You know, we're gonna do this again. I can't wait for the season start, man. Oh, well, we're gonna have some nights going live on these games. I'm gonna go live on some of these games too. Yes, sir. We're gonna have some talk about first half, first quarter, second quarter, halftime, all that shit. Shit. Yes, sir. But I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here.
All right. You have a good night. Good
All
time.
right, good night.
You have a good night.
See you guys.
Yes,
You have a good night.